And we had a great yesterday. Yesterday was absolutely phenomenal. It was a great show. I got to get my donuts for the day. Where are my donuts? What happened to my donuts? Oh my gosh, they've eaten them. They ate 2 packages of them yesterday. They ate 2 packages of my donuts yesterday. Can you believe that? They ate 2 packages of my donuts yesterday. Okay, so I want to, we're going to talk about Tyco today. We're going to go into the Tyco aisle because we are at the Cleveland Slot Car Show. We're bringing a ton of Tyco. We're just going to flood the market with Tyco product. We're just going to bring this whole shelf of Tyco cars, chassis, bodies. We are going to kick butt with Tyco at the Cleveland Hobby Show. So we're going to kind of go over all the Tyco cars that I have, the type of chassis that I have. So today is Tyco Day. Taco, it's really Taco Wednesday or Taco Tuesday or whatever you want to call it. But I wanted to prelude into something that I watched yesterday. And I was telling people that, I made this comment about, that I've made this comment many times is that, there's nothing that Americans cannot do, okay? When people say we can't do something, I'm always saying, no, that's impossible. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way to you, okay? No, you're right. You're right. You better order Tyco now before it's all going to be gone, because we are taking all this Tyco to the show. And I mean, we're taking Auto World, but there's just a long story, and we are just going to take all the Tyco. I've got a warehouse full of Tyco, and I'm just going to take it and move as much of it as I can. That's all I'm doing. So anyways, I wanted to go through my beliefs or my about America. There was another article that came out, and I found this out last week, that Sharpie, okay, this company right here that makes Sharpies, okay, everybody has a Sharpie. Okay, they basically invested $1 billion in a factory in Tennessee, and they are going to make Sharpies again. Matter of fact, the pen that Donald Trump always signs with is a Sharpie. Okay, and they are making Sharpies back in America. Okay, and so I watched this. I want you guys to listen to me very carefully, because do you have Tyco slot car sets? I don't. No, I don't. I don't have any slot car sets that are Tyco. So I was watching this video yesterday, which was a documentary of 2 German logistics officers that were in Berlin in 1944. Okay, they were in Germany in 1944. And they had gotten a bunch of logistic papers from captured Americans. Now, I don't know if you know what logistics is, but that's basically the operation of your military. Okay, what it takes. So everything. So when we would go on a submarine, for 3 months. So we would go on patrol for 3 months. Okay, I was on the Andrew Jackson. Okay, that's called logistics, in a sense that so we would go to Gaeta, or we would go to. Let me finish my monologue this morning. Okay, we would go to Holy Loch, Scotland. Our submarine tender was sitting there, and the submarine tender was filled with food. And so in the Navy, they have these little cards. They're called food cards, okay? And all your meals are planned out. The whole deployment was all planned out on these little cards. It knew exactly how much food to bring on board, exactly how many cans of corn, everything down to this. It's called logistics. And Americans are how do I want to say it? We are obsessed with it. And so these two German officers were going through all these logistic papers, okay, of Americans that they were captured in Italy. And they were looking at all the equipment that it was, and this was just one of the armies that landed in Italy. Okay, so it has nothing to do with any other army anywhere in the world during World War II. This was just the fifth. I think it was the Fifth Army or the First Army that was in Italy. And it was going through, they'd captured all these logistics papers, all these papers on how much supplies they needed. And the German officers are going, they're basically saying to themselves, this is impossible. This is all these numbers, this can't be true. All these numbers can't be true. And what they were finding out is that just the army that was attacking Italy, all the equipment, the fuel, the ammunition, the vehicles, the food, all of that equipment, all of the amount of fuel, just for that one little army that was attacking First Army. Let's just call it the First Army. They were getting more supplies than the entire German army was on the Eastern Front with Russia. The entire army of Germany, one army of us, just the First Army was getting more than Germany. It was, and the German officers finally realized there's no way we can win. This is impossible. This is impossible. And then I was watching a video. It was basically a narrative operation about the POWs, the German POWs that were captured in World War II, and in Africa after Patton's Fifth Army captured them in Africa. They get their POWs and they got sent to America, okay, and they were hoarding food the first couple weeks. They were realizing the Germans were writing down all this. There's no way they're feeding us this much. We never got this much in our whole time in the army. They were giving 3 meals, bacon, eggs, steaks. They were hoarding the food because they didn't think they were going to get any more of it. And that went on for literally 3 months. The Germans would hoard food, okay, after they were eating their meals, and then they finally realized that the camps and the Americans finally realized that it was kind of dying down because the Germans finally realized that we're gonna get fed. That's all there is to it. Americans, but then they were thinking to themselves, how did we even win against this? And I bring this up because when people tell me that we can't do something, that Americans cannot make this slot car, okay, this Elf Renault, okay, this was a Tyco 440 in the 1970s, 80s, 70s, and 80s. They made millions of these. I've got a tray here full of hundreds of them, okay? So you're telling me, this is what you're telling me. You're telling me we can't make these in America cheap enough to sell to our own consumers. And I'm telling you, bull crap, okay? Bull crap. We gotten it so easy to say, oh no, we can't do it. That's bull crap. Bull crap. That's all I have to say. Okay. And this is the Elf. This is the Elf 440. Okay. That's the L440. That's a Tyco. There's two chassis, and that's a narrow chassis. This is a narrow chassis. So Tyco came out with a narrow and a wide body. Tyco did, and then Mattel took over the company in 1997, and they bankrupted in 2 years, and they shut it all down. That's the crime. If you really want to know a crime, it's half of these companies that have CEOs that have no idea what they're doing. They literally are clueless. They're getting 20, you're getting 20 million. You're getting a $20 million salary, okay? And you can't even make product for your customers. So this is a Tyco 440 X2. Notice the break in the motor or the magnets. Okay, there's a space in there. The chassis is pretty much the same. It's just the components that go into the car make it. This is a 440. This is a 440 X2. And then Tyco was sold to Mattel. The greedy Mattel people had no idea what they were doing. And within 2 years, the company did away with Tyco completely, shut it down completely. No Tyco. Tyco Industries was completely gone. They completely shut down all their trains. All that was gone. All of Tyco was gone. Everything was gone. They just shut it down. All right, we're done. We're not making as many millions as we wanted to. They were doing 9 million. Mattel was, and no, we didn't. We wanted to do 10 million. Okay. And they quit doing Tyco. So this is a Tyco Elf with a 440 X2 chassis. Okay. Now there is no more Tyco, just so you know. Okay. This is a Tyco chassis. They are not made anymore. This was made in probably 1980. In the 1980s, somewhere in the 1980s. This was. Okay. And there is no more Tyco. I have, and there's other people that are around that have some Tyco, but I have a warehouse full of Tyco, okay, that I got from Kim, and she's always wanting money, so I need to sell a bunch of it. And so we're going to take a bunch of it next week and take it to the Cleveland Slot Car Show, and we're going to sell it all. But all the Tyco is on our website. All you do is type in Tyco, and everything that will show up: parts, cars, chassis, everything you want in Tyco. Okay, everything you want in Tyco. All right. See, that's another thing. If somebody was smart, but there's nobody smart right now. I realized this yesterday when I was driving around. I got a call from Whirlpool. Okay. And Whirlpool cannot supply me the box. So I've been setting up box mazes for kids in Wayne, Ohio for 20 years. Actually, I've been doing box mazes since 1990. So that's 35 years. So I've been doing box mazes for 35 years. Half of my life I've been doing box mazes for kids. And this is the first time in 20 years that I called Whirlpool, and they don't have boxes to give me this time. 20 years. I'm thinking, something doesn't seem right. Nothing seems right anymore. It seems like everything is great. So you have Mattel, okay, which had the, they came out, this was their last item they did. Mattel destroyed, they destroyed Tyco with this stuff here. Okay, not that this is bad product. Okay, these cars are great. These are 440 X2 chassis. This is a Valvoline or Pennzoil Okay, these are great cars. These are 440X2s. They are flawless chassis. Okay, they are super fast. There is really no problem with the 440X2 chassis. Here's a 440X2 chassis. Okay, that's a wide body 440X2 chassis. Probably the most precise chassis ever made. You don't need to improve this. Just make more of them. Make more of them and provide more parts and tires. You know, that's all you have to do is make this body right here. Don't do anything to it. Just make this one right here. That's all you have to do. Mattel, just make this and come out with bodies and you've got a perfect line of product. Now, will Mattel do that? No, they won't do that because nobody has any brains anymore. It's all about money. It's all about how many millions of dollars as a CEO can I make? Oh, I'm going to make $20 million as a CEO. I'll bankrupt the company, but I'll make $20 million. I'm not kidding. Listen, I'm not kidding. I'm being dead serious. I'm not reading the messages yesterday because I'm going into a monologue. I'm in a monologue, okay? I'm psyched today because I was watching these two videos about America. And then I was watching another video, or the same video, they were talking about butter, okay? You know, it's really good to put things in perspective, okay? Because when you put things in perspective, it gives you a different vision, okay? All right, it gives you a different vision of how things really looked. And so the Germans, I'm going back to World War II again. I'm going back to America POW camps. And they were giving, at each meal, you would get two little things of butter, okay? Little patties. They were called patties. And you would get two for every meal as part of your rations, okay? And all of a sudden, I can't remember if it's Iowa or was in Kentucky, but anyways, the dairy farmers had a surplus of butter. And because they wanted to keep production up, the government bought all the butter at a regular price. They said, we'll buy all the butter. They had a surplus of butter. Over 200 tons of butter. I think 200 million pounds. I can't remember how much it is, but it was staggering amount of butter, okay? And the Germans were saying, there's going to be, there's rationing that and instead of getting two patties, you got four. And the Germans were freaking out because, oh no, because they thought that by getting more, that we're going to be losing it in the future. No, it wasn't that at all. It was that we were overproducing. America was overproducing. Matter of fact, in Roosevelt's speech to the Congress, he said we want to do 50,000 aircraft for the war. And Goebbels, or whatever his name is, in Germany, he laughed at that. He said, stupid Americans. Oh, you're going to do 50,000 airplanes? We did 100,000 airplanes in the last year of the war. We made 100,000 airplanes. And you're telling me we can't make a little slot car in America? Give me a break. Listen, I'm not, you're telling me Ford Motor Company that had Rouge plant in Detroit that was literally manufacturing everything for a car in one location. Do you realize that the Rouge plant in Detroit was making everything for a Ford Model T all the way probably until 60s, maybe 70s? Everything that was needed for that car was made at the Rouge plant. The cloth, the seats, the tires, everything took to make a car was made at that factory. You're telling me we can't make a slot car here in America? Oh, Bryan, it's going to take too many people. Oh, it's going to here too many. Oh, really? Really? So you're telling me we can't? Is that what you're saying? We just can't. Okay. No. Now I was watching a sci-fi yesterday. I don't like the actor. Okay. He's not my favorite actor. Let's put it that way. But because he makes good sci-fi, or he made a good sci-fi, and I did like the Bourne movies. He did do a good job with the Bourne movies. But I watched the movie The Martian, which is a great science fiction. I love the movie. It's just really well done. And in the movie, they talk about how they literally had to take a camera and move it in different places by using numbers to talk. Okay. So you applied, one is A and two is B and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, they were able to communicate to him. And I'm saying to myself, this is the same way with this. You're telling me we can't tell me please that Americans cannot make the 442X chassis in the United States. Just tell me that. Tell me it's impossible. I'm telling you, you're full of it, basically. Or you have no vision. And that's what it is. A lot of people have no vision anymore, okay? And all the Tyco numbers, you got B, and a lot of these are bulk, okay? And this was Ferrari. Tyco had the Ferrari license, okay? This was the Ferrari. This is the Ferrari body. So if you're saying we don't have any Ferraris, well, we got plenty of Ferraris. We got 3 Ferrari bodies, or we have 2 Ferrari bodies, okay? And these were basically total control racing bodies. These fit on a 440X2 chassis. You can take these little flags off if you want. And so those are Tyco. And then we have another Tyco. So we have basically 3 Tyco chassis, or 3 Ferrari chassis. That's another Ferrari. And all the numbers start with the letter B. So if you go to Tyco and then just go Tyco B, then all the bodies will come up. These are all the bodies. All the bodies that we have. Then we have bodies like we have the Jeep CJ7. Okay, a Jeep CJ7. Then we have a Ferrero. This is a very popular body. And that's with a HP7 chassis. HP7. Then we have number 72, which is the red 57 Bel Air. Red 57 Bel Air. All these bodies are on our website. All the bodies are. Then we've got the 977, 978, which is the same as the 57 Bel Airs, but this has got a scoop on it, a air scoop on it. The 57. This is the 6977 and 6978. Then we've got Corvettes, lots of Corvettes. Tyco did a lot of Corvettes. Okay, Tyco did a lot of Corvettes before Mattel. Okay, these were all before Mattel. These are all Tyco Industries. Okay, that was the worst decision ever made. Is Tyco Industries selling out to Mattel? Worst decision. This is what we got right here, Mattel. This is the Mattel, and it was out for 2 years. All right, just so everybody knows that I know what I'm talking about. So Mattel, this came out in 1998, 1999. That was 1 year I was... Yes, Tom. Yes, Tom.
Hey, Bryan, can you hear me?
Yes.
We wanted to get to your place yesterday, got too late in the day. If it's open, I'm going to come over this morning to get your stove.
Yeah, just clean it all. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have the. Do you have a blower and everything to clean out all the stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I don't have my son's taking all my equipment down to the house. I would have to go get him and have him bring it to the shed. What time are you going to be there?
Oh, we're just going to. We're going to probably leave here in 10 minutes or
but
so.
you say you have a vacuum to clean everything up?
Oh sure.
All right,
yeah, we'll have it.
All right, because I just take the stuff. There's a couple things on top of it that aren't supposed to be on there. Just move them onto the desk, okay? Or the.
Okay.
All right, just clean it out, and I'm down at the shop when you get done, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Tom.
Yep.
Okay, so so Tyco, they buy it in 1998. This was 2 years after I'm in with SCX or with Irwin Toy. Think about that. So this is 1998. This comes out in 1998. Okay. This is my second year with Irwin Toy in 1998. I'm trying to think where we lived in the trailer. I had the white van that had SCX or had Irwin Toy all over it. I'm living in a trailer down by the river, and I'm 1998. With 1999, I'd have been 40 years old. 40. I was 40 years old when 1999. Is that right? Or was I 30? No, 1989, I was 30. 79, I was 20. Yeah, I was 40. So I just turned 40 years old. And this is Tyco. This is Mattel in 1998, okay? All right, 1998, Mattel did this. They made millions of these, okay? I mean, they made so many of these things. I think that Bob at REH bought 350,000 of these things, okay? And that's how many of these things that were made. So in 1998, Bob Haynes at REH hadn't gotten any of this stuff yet. He didn't buy Tyco until 2000. I mean, you really look at these dates and everything, it seems like yesterday, you know? It's like crazy dates. All right, so then you have that car, and then you go over here, and you got another Corvette. Another Corvette. Now, this is a Corvette Nero 440, okay? And then you got another Corvette. These are all Tyco Industry cars. None of these are Mattel, okay? None of these are Mattel items, okay? You don't understand. Mattel basically only did NASCAR. See, I think Mattel's philosophy was, listen, we got the NASCAR license. We can put NASCAR on anything. And so they thought that they could do a ton of business with NASCAR, okay? And they realized, see, the problem with NASCAR, which nobody realizes, if you haven't done it before, the problem with NASCAR is that if you don't like the driver, you don't buy another driver, okay? Unless you like a driver or their team, okay? So, I mean, we came out in 1999, we came out with the Jeff Gordon car. People hated Jeff Gordon. We couldn't give him away. Oh, to Jeff Gordon fans, but that was it. Crazy. All right, then we go on to probably the most popular cars that we have. These are the most popular cars of the line that we have, okay? And there are 3 of them, and these are all your hoppers, okay? And these are probably one of the best cars ever made, the hopper cars. And why they don't do more of the hopper cars, I'll never know. And there's 3 colors of the hopper car. You need to be funny. Okay, Derek, I'll try to be funny. Oh my gosh. And so these are the 3 hopper cars. And then moving along. So all these cars, here's another Corvette. ZR1 Corvette. Look at that. Check that NASCAR body. And this was pre-Tyco. Just so everybody knows that 1996 and 1998 were a transitional year for Tyco Industries, okay? Because Tyco Industry was kind of transferring, okay? Because this car right here, okay? Let me make sure it's the right one. $1997. So this was a Mattel 1997. But then if you go back to 1996. So this is 1996. This was 1996. This is Tyco Industries. This was Tyco Industries, 1996. This was Tyco Mattel, 1997. So they transitioned in 1 year, okay? In 1 year, they went from Tyco Industry to Tyco Mattel, okay? And they destroyed Tyco in 2 years or 3 years. By 2000, it was gone. 1999 was the last year. They made the last Tyco car. It all shut down. It really is a crime, actually, if you really stop and think about it, how that an entire slot car company. Here's another great NASCAR, Hardee's. All these cars that I'm showing you, here's another Corvette. All these cars, okay, all this stuff, okay, was all pre-Tyco, Mattel. Because Mattel only wanted the NASCAR license, I think. And so they decided to buy the company, and they ruined it. Then you have more Corvettes. More Corvettes. Then you have the F1 cars, the Elf, Renault Elf. And then we have, I think this is a Nissan. This is a really nice, this is a 440X2. This one's really, we're running low on these. We're almost done with these. The pickups, the Napa pickups. This was Tyco Mattel. 19, yeah. Made in China. And then we've got another Corvette. Yeah, the Stealth. That's it. That was a Stealth. Now the 57 Bel Air. Look at that. 57 glow in the dark. 57 Bel Air. Glow in the dark. A Willys. Ford Willys Coupe. Look at that. Ford Willys Coupe. And this comes with the chassis. So you got the Ford Willys Coupe with the chassis. And that is 440X2, just so you know. 440X2. And just so you know, so all these cars, here's a Corvette, 1960 Vet. all these cars, okay, on our website. Here is another, this is a really nice, this is a Viper, 440X2 Viper. 440X2 Viper. Here is more of the elves. We did have a bunch of the Canadian elves, but I don't know what Daniel did with those Canadian elves. When Bob Haynes bought Tyco, he bought Tyco all over the United States, everything. So every warehouse that had Tyco in it, it was all shipped to Bob Haynes. And that's where Bob Haynes bought Montgomery, and he also bought, he had Brendamore. He bought he rented Brendamore to store all of Tyco because he had tons of it. He had so much Tyco stuff, it was crazy, okay? And, I mean, the amount of product that he had was staggering. Then you started getting into the NASCAR stuff, STP. This was under Tyco Industries. And then you came out with this stuff right here. This was Mattel. So this is how, this was Tyco Industries, and this was a Mattel. Okay, see how they changed it, more glossy, more deco, and then you have the STP, Richard Petty. So you got Tyco. These are the two bodies, Tyco Industries right here, and that's Mattel. That's the evolution. So people say to me, well, Bryan, that's the Kellogg's. Beautiful car. They made so much stuff in 2 years. 1997, 98, 99. So for 3 years, Mattel was making a ton of different stuff, okay? And they just weren't doing enough sales. They had not done enough sales. No pulp for my orange juice. I'll see you next Friday at the show. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right, Adam. I'll see you next Friday, Adam. I'll see you next Friday, Adam. Unbelievable. Yeah, I'll see you next Friday, Adam. I'll see you next Friday, Adam.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
I'd like to know why I'm not getting a phone call back. Okay, I need to confirm with next Thursday about the menu. Make sure you have everything. If you need me to bring anything, please let me know. So that was Brianna. Can't wait. What a very disturbed person Adam is. And then you got Derek, which he wants me to be funny. I'm supposed to be funny You know, Tyco 44 was the greatest chassis created in the 80s and the 90s. I totally agree, okay, that the 440 X2 chassis, which is this chassis right here, wide body, okay, this was, you could almost say, but it came out before Tyco. This was not a Mattel idea. This was a Tyco industry. The 440 X2 narrow body. Okay, this is the 440 X2 narrow body. This came out in 1996. Okay, this was before Mattel even ruined the company. Okay, all right. This was the chassis right here. This is the narrow body chassis. Okay, so here's again. Let me prove to you why I'm right about a lot of things. I'm not an expert. I'm not, you know. So if what's his name from Slot Car Central would call me, and you know he's got a lot of Tyco stuff. Okay, but I'm just telling you what happened to the company. This is Tyco 440X2 before Mattel. That is before Mattel. This is after Mattel. Okay, they just took something that was already out there and they ruined it in 3 years. They ruined it in 3 years. How do you do that to a company? How do you ruin an entire product line in 3 years? I don't know how you do it. I really don't. I really don't. Okay. I don't say, okay, first of all, I don't claim to be, you know, omniscient. I don't claim to know, I know everything. Okay. I just, there are certain things I do know. There's certain things that I'm gifted by. Okay. Now, does that mean that all of my ideas are flawless? Not at all. Okay. What?
I've got a couple of these that really have a. Like I know wood sometimes warps.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Do you see how bad it is?
Yeah, just send a picture and send it to Paris.
And they'll
Yes.
send us a different one. Okay.
And so I've been doing this for 35 years, okay? That's what I've been doing for 35 years, okay? I started with Scale Electric. I then went into SCX. I came back to SCX, and now I'm doing Tyco and Mattel or Auto World and Race Masters. Okay, it's not like I don't know what I'm talking about. And this is another prime example. This Total Control Racing. This was because of a buyer at hey, how do we make a racetrack with no slots? This is what they came up with. This is what they came up with. Okay. Nowadays, you can do this with about 50 cars now because each car would have its own little chip in it that would turn the wheels. Because really, all this does is it automatically goes to one direction. So the cars always go to the inside lane. And so by pushing your hand throttle, you basically turn the wheels, okay, to go to the other direction, which could pass another car. And that was Total Control Racing, okay? So these are all the bodies we have. We have over, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times 11. About 55 different bodies, okay? We have about 55 different bodies, okay? And they're all on our website. All you have to do is go to Tyco, and everything will show up. All the chassis. We have the 440X2. This is a 440X2 wide body. If you notice, it's wide. We have a 440 narrow. Okay, now Derek wants to know something. Hey, do you know what is the real P car look like? The P car look like. Do you know what is the real P's car look like? I have no idea what he means. I have no idea. Do you know what a real P's car looks like? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, and then we have the narrow body. Then we have the HP7. Well, we have three wide body chassis. One with gray rims, one with red rims, and one with black rims. Gray, red, and black. Those are the three HP7 chassis, or I'm sorry, 440X2 chassis that we have. Okay. Then we jump down to, this was just a chassis. This was a stupid thing. This was another. Yes, Derek. What do you want now?
You need to get a real pace car. You need to get some donuts or Coke or something, man. You feel like you ain't got no energy. Slow.
I have no energy. I've been What are you talking about? I have no energy. I've talked nonstop now for almost an hour.
I know that you ain't funny, so I had to turn it. So you need
Oh my guys, I can't do this. I'm not doing this, guys. Now I've got Adam calling me. All righty, wonderful.
donuts or something.
Unbelievable. And then Adam calls immediately after Derek. I swear he doesn't have a thing to do. So these cars here were just a dud. If you want to buy these cars don't have front wheels. These were a stupid idea. And this was another idea that a buyer did, and they wanted to come out with these were drifter cars. They would kind of drift around, but they're stupid. The only thing good about this chassis is it's a wide body chassis. It's an HP7 chassis. Is just use it for the tires and the motors. Pop the motor out of this chassis. Okay, and the rear axle, and then just throw the rest of the thing away. Because the rest of it is garbage. Then the other chassis we have is the narrow 440. Now this chassis is not the 440X2, but this is just as fast as AFX, any other car. These are fast chassis, 440s. And they're great to just collect all the parts, the front axle, the back axle, just to collect it for all the parts that are on it. The only thing different on this is the back end, which are the magnets. And that's the narrow body. Then you got 440X2 X2 narrows, and then you have probably the most popular. This is probably the most popular chassis. We have lots of these. We do have lots of these chassis, and that is the HP7 chassis. Okay. Now some people do not like the HP7 chassis. Okay. And I don't know why. Because if you really look at a chassis, the guide blades on this chassis, the low performance on this chassis. How you doing?
Good.
What are you looking for?
Oh,
Anything?
just snooping.
Oh, I love snoopers. Yeah, okay. You have a good job snooping.
Okay.
We have a customer snooping here. He's looking for some fun stuff because we have lots of fun stuff. All right, so you got the HP7 chassis. Now, this is the without the light, and then we have HP7 with the light. And then, if you want to get a bunch of the HP7, they're called HP7 tune-up kits, okay? These are awesome because they have a light in them. So if you want to put a light in an Auto World car, you can do it with an HP7 chassis, okay? And we have the lighted and the unlighted HP7 chassis. And the HP7 chassis are just as fast as any Auto World car or any AFX car. And those are the basic chassis. Then we have all the parts and the tune-up kits. We have tires. We have plenty of tires, and we have plenty of front tires, rear tires, magnets, replacement magnets, guide pins, and all of the extra parts that you would want to add to your Tyco collection. Then we have the Tyco cars. Now, the Tyco cars were running very slow. Now this is extreme racing. This was another stupid idea. This is why Tyco. So this is a prime example. Okay, I'm going to show you something. I hope you guys are ready. This is a prime example why Tyco Industries had to sell because they were going bankrupt, because they were coming out with all this stupid stuff. So this is 1994. So in 1994, I was, let's see, 4, 5, 6. This was 5 years into Young's Newsstand in Bowling Green. So I had Young's Newsstand in 94 when all of a sudden Tyco Industries comes out with extreme racing. Oh, we want to have extreme racing, and we want you to put the slot car on the wall. What idiot would sell a toy that you mount the slot car track on the wall? Okay? What sane person would want to do that? Well, it wasn't, because it was the buyers. The buyers convinced Tyco, hey, we want you to make a race set that basically attaches to the wall. And it's called, we'll call it extreme racing. Well, this was an absolute failure, okay? They lost millions of dollars, okay, in number one, production. Like this car right here, nobody wanted this car right here. It was an absolute disgusting car, but it's a 440 X2 chassis. This was a prelude to the 440s. This was their design, the 440 X2 chassis, okay? So if you want to get an extreme racing, this is the only car we have left, which is a 440 X2 chassis. So you're buying it just because of the chassis. And we don't have that many of those left. We only have like maybe 2 boxes of those. And then we go to the next extreme, the U-turn Viper. So this was a U-turn car, okay? And this is HP7. This was 1994? I think this is just as they were converting. So this came out in, it doesn't say the year. Shoot, normally it will say the year. It has 97. I know it didn't come out in 97 because based on the TV hit series Viper, for use on Tyco's Viper U-turn electric race set. That's this car right here. This is the U-turn, and this was another stupid idea, okay? See, this is the problem with these companies. They come up with really stupid ideas, okay? Fancy things to sell to kids when they don't want to do this. See, it says U-turn action that you control. Oh, wow, U-turn action that I can control. They didn't sell any of these. This was another reason that Tyco went out of business or sold to Mattel. Then we have another idea. I'm telling you, I don't make this stuff up. I'm just telling you what happened to with Tyco. This is another. It's called Magnum 440 X2 Super Duper Double Looper. Okay, so this was going into loops. Everybody looped, and this is a 440 X2 narrow body. This is narrow body. This was Tyco 1991. This was 91. This was 8 years before Mattel even destroyed the company. Okay? And this was all Tyco 440 X2 chassis, 91. 1991, right there, 1991. Right there, 1991. I'm not lying to you guys. I'm not lying, I'm just trying to give you guys perspective. Then we have the 440 X2, the what is this? I think it's a Corvette. Anyways, this is a 440 wide body. And this came out in 1996. This came out the same year that Tyco was sold to Mattel. This was the first year. Here's probably the best-selling car. If any body that Auto World should make, it is the 1996 is the Lamborghini. Why they haven't done the Lamborghini, I don't know. Yeah, Tyco, you had to know the brass bodies pro. There was one of the HP7 brothers. They're the oldest ones I found. chassis change. The C3 never made it to the market. Yeah, so the X, okay, so he's got some, we did have, and I don't have any more of them. I used to have a bunch of them. It was the very last line of cars that Mattel was coming out with. It was called 440X3, okay, which was supposed to be even faster than the 440X2s. And they did, I think, like 5 cars of the 440X3s. And they had limited release, but then that's when Bob Haynes bought it all. He bought it all. He bought it all. He bought everything Mattel. Bought everything Mattel. Everything was Mattel, and then they came out with all these. They came out with all these.
Hey, where's the Evil Knievel guy?
What do you mean?
We only have one Evil Knievel picture.
I know it's up on the top shelf. For some reason, somebody put it on the top shelf in the middle of the showroom. So this is the Collect 'em All. Now this one, this came out in 1999. This one did. This is different than the other one. Okay, there's 2 of these that they came out with. So this was designed for Kmart. Okay, or not Kmart. This was designed for Toys R Us. This right here, and a lot of your mass merchants. Okay, most of your mass merchants carried this, but this was really designed for Toys R Us. Toys R Us probably sold thousands of these things, you know, and Target, but Target wasn't. So people have to understand something, okay? That all the department stores that we shop at today, okay, did not exist to the extent that they do now back in the 80s and the 90s, okay? So just so everybody understands, I'm going to list you 5 retailers that did not exist in the 1980s, okay? So are you ready for these 5? And these all became of chains because, and I don't want to offend anybody, but it all became of the Democrats and the Republicans under Ronald Reagan cutting taxes and spurring development and growth. So these are the 5 retailers that exploded across the countries in the late 1980s and in the 90s. Okay, the first one. Are you ready? The first one is Home Depot, Best Buy, Kohl's, Target, Best Buy, and then Love's. All these department store chains all started in the 1980s. And they didn't have their expansion until the 1990s. And a lot of you guys were in your 20s and 30s when a lot of these chains were just becoming popular, okay? Because when I was in the Navy, I was in Connecticut. And the main retailer that I did a lot of shopping at, okay, in the 1980s, okay, there was no Walmart in 1980s. My days in Connecticut were in Norwich, Connecticut, and you had a Zales department store chain, okay, and you had a Caldor's department store and a Bradley's. Those were your 3 main department stores in the 1980s, okay. All through the 1980s, those were the 3 main department store chains in Connecticut. You didn't have Walmart. You had some Kmart's, but not too many Kmart's were in New England because you really had Caldor's, and you had Bradley's, and you had Zales in the Northeast, in the Connecticut area. Okay, and people don't understand that because we live in a 10-year time frame. We only live in the time that that we're living, in a sense that and I've told this story about, just history, how you live and everything. And the first 10 years of your life, you have no idea that you're there. The next 10 years is all school. The next 10 years is you're either in school or doing something. And then the next 10 years, which are your 40s, are you growing kids up. And then your 50s is you're finally realizing that you have life. And then 1960s, you're in your retirement and you realize, oh, it's all over. So that's life basically in a nutshell, okay? Now I've got an extra 10 years because I adopted 4 kids. So I've got an extra 10 years. So when people talk about, well, when I look at a number 1996, 1996, okay. Well, 1996, I just had sold my newsstand. And I was opening up rarities, gifts, and collectibles. And Walmart had just become popular. You still had Kmart. Kmart was in Bowling Green, Ohio, right across the street from Kmart. But you know one thing about Kmart, it didn't last long. Boy, everybody was shopping at Walmart. It's because they weren't stocking the shelves at Kmart. It's funny how within 5 years, Kmart, right across the street from Walmart, they literally built. So Walmart built a regular department store chain in the late 80s, okay, and then all of a sudden they tore that store down, and they built a super Walmart. That's how much business the old Walmart was doing. Is you know what I'm saying? It's really crazy. It's almost like, and that was just 10 years. And so this stuff, we're thinking 25 years ago. This was just 25 or 30 years ago. 1996. That 1996 would have been 96, 2006, 16, 20. That's 30 years ago. 30 years ago. This was in a Toys R Us in 1996, 30 years ago. And this was the year that I started into slot cars, selling slot cars, 1996. And in 1999, Mattel closed out, liquidated their entire line, and they sold it all to you're right. Sears Roebuck bought a ton of stuff, especially for Christmas, their catalog. Sears was another big buyer. But it didn't last long. But we've got all this Tyco. We have all the Tyco cars, chassis, bodies, everything to keep your car running. And there's a lot of secondary companies that make parts for Tyco. But see, the thing about Tyco is it's a flawless body, basically. You really look at this body, okay? The low profile, okay? The low profile of this body, okay? Or this chassis. Notice how the low profile on this chassis, the clearance on the tires, it's nothing. And this was the pinnacle body or chassis, was the 440X2 body. The 440X2 body. And you're telling me that we can't make this chassis in West Virginia? Alrighty. We might as well shut down every factory in America. Tell that to the Sharpie company. They've been in business over 100 years, and Sharpie just invested $1 billion to a factory in Tennessee. That's how it's only going to be. It's only going to. it is only going to grow. The amount of companies that are saying to themselves, why in the world are we making this stuff in China? Did you just hear about what China's, how they're slowly sneaking into our infrastructure and malware and our local infiltrating our local utilities and all that? I mean, listen, we shouldn't be making anything in China. No, and I understand all this stuff is made in China. I get it. All this is made in China. I understand. I know there's a dilemma there. But what I'm saying is that every company that is making something in China should look for a different country to make it in. Or come back to America and say, okay, what can we make in America? How much of this stuff can we make in America? Okay? I guarantee you that they could make 99% of what is in a set in America. The only thing that I would agree with that there might be some complication is the tempo printing, because that is that all can be computerized and AI or computer, tempo printing. That all can be done. You have a couple of humans that are overseeing everything. It all can be done. How can we spend $1 billion on a pen factory, but we can't make silicone chips in Ohio? Well, you know what? That's a good question. Okay. And they're finding out that they are making silicone chips in Ohio. Super 7s are based on Tyco Turbo chassis. Yes, they are. Super 7 is basically a Tyco Turbo chassis. That's exactly right. You are exactly right. The Tyco Turbo chassis was a very good chassis. Okay, it's a very good chassis. It had very few parts, and so I would argue that the turbo chassis next to the HP7 would be a toss-up. It would be a toss-up. HP7 or the turbo chassis, or the turbo chassis, because the turbo chassis and then the G Plus was even more. How can we spend $1 billion for slot cars? It's the magnets. Hardin Creek Super 7 is based on the 440X2. Yes, listen. You know what, guys? Listen, I know all this. Okay, I'm not going into those details. You guys know this. Sometimes you know which ones you like better, okay? I'm just telling you how it all started, where we need to go back to, okay? Why is Hardin Creek, and why is Hardin Creek, and why is Super 7? Why are these guys in business, okay? They're fulfilling a market. Why don't we mass produce them? They don't want to, because they want every one of their chassis perfect. There's nothing wrong with that, but that drives up your cost 10 times. What I mean by perfect is they want to make sure that every part that is put together in that chassis is according to how they want it put in there. And if something's done one thing wrong, it's not the way it's supposed to be done. Okay, quality. Quality has gone down the tubes in China. Oh, exactly. Chinese, if you're not watching the Chinese do something, they will do it however they want to do it, if it's going to save them money, okay? And those are facts, okay? That's not speculation, because believe me, I was in the business with SCX, and we were getting stuff from China. They were just putting the wrong metal on the hand throttles. They were putting the wrong, they were supposed to put a nipple. So there are 3 or 4 little, so when you turn the channel or move the hand throttle, you would take these 4 little brushes that would go over the circuit, okay? And they were supposed to have little nipples at the end of all the little connectors, so that when they slid on the resistor, they wouldn't scratch it. It was more of like a just slid. Well, I found out that they didn't even put the nipples on. It was just straight metal and it would cut into the circuit, and they would last like maybe 10 minutes, and then they would be shot. Unbelievable. Shot. Absolutely amazing. Shot. So we are going to be taking all of Tyco. That's what we're doing. We are loading up on Tyco, tons of Tyco, and so we're going to be at the Cleveland Slot Car Show next Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and that is the next show that we're going to. Okay. And that's the Cleveland Slot Car Show. We'll be going there, and we're going to be taking all the Tyco that we have in the warehouse as much as we can. We're taking a lot of these. Okay, so we're going to be selling a lot of these at a great price. Okay, phenomenal price. You don't want to miss the show on how much these are selling for. Plus, we've got 2,000 of these. We're going to be bringing all of these. Okay, these are. Now, people don't like these because of this tire right here kind of slips. It was designed that way. Another stupid idea from Tyco Industries because of all the buyers. We have over 2,000 of these chassis, bodies. Okay. We're going to be taking this to the show. We're going to be offering these. Phenomenal pricing. And we have over 2,000 of these. Of the F1 cars, narrow bodies, the 440s. So we're going to be selling those. Plus we have parts trays, everything we can. We're going to be loading it, baby, and we're going to be having fun. Not this weekend, it's next weekend. I just got notification from. I just got an email from Brianna. Brianna just sent me an email saying that I'm not going to be able to come on Thursday because she has got a conflict and that I cannot come on Thursday. So basically, my obligations of giving away free tankers has been nulled because Brianna can't be there on Thursday. Okay, she says that it would be better if I would come the following week. So I have to figure out how we're going to work that out. But Brianna is basically telling me that I am not going to be able to come, and I'm not going to be able to come and security is a hit again. You know what I'm saying? So that is not going to happen, unfortunately. I know Adam is going to be crushed. He is probably going to be depressed right now, and he'll probably not recover over the next couple of weeks. But, you know, he'll have to talk to his wife, Brianna, and find out what happened and why in the world Bryan can't get over there. So we have to basically teach. Do you teach? Okay, did you teach that girl a meatloaf and pea no. And Thursday at Adam's house for night. Well, I was going to go to Adam's, but why don't you have a pre-show sale? Why don't you have a pre-sale? Well, we're having a big auction on Thursday. The cars are going to be coming to you by email. The cars we're going to be auctioning. And we've got other cars, too, that are going to auction. But the cars that are shown are the cars that we have listed that are going to go up for sale. Okay? I basically am supposed to wait until Brianna. Brianna basically said, "Dear Bryan, I want to thank you for wanting to come over to the house, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to have you come over. Adam should have told you that we've got other things planned for Thursday night, and I wish we could do this another week." So we have to basically reschedule. Well, we're not going to do any sales. I mean, the prices are going to Be a Adam. See, here's an Adam. Here's an Adam. I knew it. Yeah, yeah, right. I knew it. Yeah, well, you know what, Adam? You need to talk to your wife, Brianna. Look at what Adam sent me earlier. This is how crazy he is. This is what he sent. I can't wait. That's what he sent me. What are you doing?
Getting these Ninko parts from the top.
So that's the plan basically. I don't know what we're gonna do about. I don't know what we're gonna do about. I don't know what we're gonna do about Brianna. She was supposed to call me, but she never did, and I knew it. Aha! I knew it. Yeah. So we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do with Adam. Brianna is making meatloaf, but she says you have to eat outside. That is a bunch of bull crap. That's a bunch of bull crap. She's training all week. She's training all week. I knew it. I knew she's not going to be able to do this. I knew it. I knew Adam was going to mess this up. I'm just going to show up anyways. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call a local restaurant in that area and see if they can make me meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and green beans and take it to Adam's and eat it in front of his fat face. She better make it. That's all I'm telling you, Adam. No, let me make this very clear, Adam. If she does not make the meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and green beans, and when I get there, I'm not sitting down at your dining room table eating that meal, okay? I am going to disown you completely. I will never talk to you ever again, okay, Adam? I'm going to put you in a box and stick you under my bed. How's that? Is that a good analogy? It's nice to see you still doing well, Adam. Oh yeah, he's still doing well. No, Adam is still doing well. He's mentally a little disturbed, but okay. So
Howdy.
they just bought these.
They did.
Holy moly! 77 and 27. Here. So we just sold about $500 worth of Tyco. All right, so this is 13 and 14. Oh my God, I'm getting old. It was carrying that dresser that I got yesterday. Man, that was a waste of time. Hold on a second, guys. Image. All right, we got 44, 57, uh-oh. $51 and $69. So we just sold everything that I just showed on the live stream. We just sold one. Everything on the wides. Every one of the cars, okay, that I just showed on the live stream, we just sold, okay? And he bought it with the Tyco 440X2 chassis. We got that. We got the guide shoes and the spring sponge tires. The 54s. Oh my gosh! Ouch! Oh my gosh! 50. Ah! Ouch! Ah! Oh, I'm getting old. Oh my gosh, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Oh, I need help getting up. Oh my God. Ah. Oh, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Oh my gosh.
You did it.
Holy cow. Man, I'm getting old. You got it? Okay, so those were ordered. Oh, wait a minute, I got this one right here. So those were orders we just got. So if people tell you that, if people tell me that, Bryan, you shouldn't always show the same stuff over and over again. Like, you can't do a cap gun video because that doesn't help. I can't stop eating. Holy cannoli. I think Adam has lost his mind. He's obsessed with sending me text messages. He's got a problem. He's got a problem. I really think he's got a mental problem. So we're going to do a cap gun video. So you ask me, okay, and maybe none of you are asking, but some of you, I know some of you are thinking. You're saying to yourself, why does he do so many videos? Okay. Why does he do? Well, I'm going to tell. Oh my gosh. Holy cow.
What?
Holy moly.
What?
Look at how many people are. Holy cow.
What's so weird?
Oh my gosh. We've got 70. Okay. This is a record on a Wednesday. Okay.
You better call up Bryan and thank him for theming up the week.
I'm telling you, this is absolutely crazy. We have 72 people watching the live stream as of right now. It has never happened. We have never had on a weekday, on a Wednesday, on an average show. Okay, now I contributed to my ferocity of doing live streams. First of all, I have to let you guys understand that doing a live stream 5 days a week for 3 hours standing on your feet talking nonstop is not easy.
So you don't think it has anything to do with Ryan theming up your...
No, not at all. It has nothing to do with Ryan theming up the show. Nothing.
People are watching because they want to hear about Tyco.
Oh, well.
Because what's the theme of the show? It's Tyco. They don't care about you.
Oh, they don't care about me, huh? Okay,
No.
then you take
I
over,
know,
Daniel.
I had Nate
You
do
no,
it.
you do it. You do it. Go ahead, you do the show,
I
Daniel.
could have had Nate doing it.
No, you do it, Daniel. You are the perfect.
I have Jeff coming to meet me. Wait, I don't see the Haveling car. We should have one more. What's the number on that, Nate? Is it B30003?
Which car?
It's this one. It's the Haveling car. It's like the white Haveling car. It's like a NASCAR looking thing. We might have one down at the. Might be in that tray of mine that I take photos of. You know how that's sitting there on. It's like a crash from the Tyco.
Okay, so we have 72 people watching the live stream today, okay? Which is really absolutely crazy. Now, I don't know if they're waiting for me to eat my donuts because we do the donut. Adam, okay, Adam, can you stop with the videos, please? Oh my gosh. So it's 10:30. So we do the donuts at 11 o'clock. So 11 o'clock is going to be the donut time. But I'm going to do a gun video because we just literally sold. I've got a shelf over there. Right over there. I can turn it around. Matter of fact, I can turn it around. I'm going to turn this around like this, as if I'm going to turn this around and walk backwards. And you're going to see there's a cart behind me and it's filled with gun orders, okay? Just filled with gun orders, okay? And so since we have so many people watching the live stream this morning, I'm going to do a gun video, okay? Because obviously by doing videos, we get more sales. Because obviously I've been showing all the Tyco. Stop it, Adam. No more videos, okay? Oh my gosh, I'm going to delete you. I'm going to ban you. I'm going to ban you. Hi. Hey, Bryan, this is... Oh my gosh. All right, I'm banning you. I'm banning you right now. I'm going to ban you. There, I just banned you, Adam. Unbelievable. Okay, so we have 7 people watching on X, so they're going to be able to watch the video that as I do it. So if you're new watching this show, and we've got literally 20 new people watching this show, which is fine, finale, familiarity, whatever I just said, just live with it, because I have no idea what I just communicated in 2 words. I don't have any idea what I just said. So we're going to show off. So we're going to show off some of the cap guns we have. So you want to buy these cap guns. We sell thousands of them. Thousands of them. Okay. And I'm not joking. We sell thousands of cap guns. Okay. So if you want a cap gun, you want to get to ProTinkerToys.com and you get yourself a cap gun. Okay. So I'm going to do a video. Now I can't. This is YouTube right here, okay? You guys right here in this little camera right here. See that little camera right there? That camera right there. I'm pointing right at the camera, okay? That is the YouTube camera. And I can't show what is in my hand right now because if I show it in my hand, they will ban me, okay? So I have to do it off camera. But if you want to watch me do the commercial for the short that I'm going to put on YouTube, you can go to X and type in Pro Tinker and watch me do it because they don't ban me on X. I know, it's stupid. But anyways, that's called freedom. I just unbanded myself. Yeah, right.
Do we need to ban Adam? Is he acting up?
Yes, I want you to ban Adam for 24 hours.
Should we take away his wrench?
Yes, I want you to take away his wrench. 24 hours. I don't want him to do anything for 24 hours.
I gotta get approval from Ryan though.
Okay, so I'm going to do a short here. A gun short. All right, so I'm going to move off. I have to move off camera. You see the yellow camera right here? You see the yellow camera? I'm turning it because I'm going to be doing the video like right here, okay? Right there on my left, okay? That's where I'm going to stand. You're going to hear me. You're just not going to see what I'm doing unless you go to X, okay? If you go to X, oh, did you see Starship 11 launch? Oh, my goodness gracious. People do not understand. Oh, my gosh. It's crazy what's going on with X and with the Starship. And how much money they're going to be saving. Oh, it's insane. Okay, so Nate is getting all of the guns. Okay, and I'm going to do a video here. So we are going to turn this, get this on, we've got to get this on that. Then we're going to turn it on here. We're going to turn the camera on there. We're going to reverse the camera position. We're going to go here. You got them?
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yep. Yep. It's always yep. 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 Okay, so we're going to do a video. Now, you're watching me on X, but I'm also, you can hear me on YouTube. But you can't see me on YouTube because I can't show you the item that I'm actually using on X. Which is a cap gun. Yee-haw, cowboy. All right, you ready for a commercial? Okay, now good morning, everybody. This is Bryan Young, and I'm with ProTinkerToys.com. I'm really called Mr. Tinker, the professor. I'm the professor, and we sell lots of cap guns. Matter of fact, we sell so many cap guns, we can't keep them in stock. Yeehaw! And they're all cap guns. Oh, and they smell great. When you get a cap gun, let me put it this way. You get a cap gun and you put caps in it, you could just be sitting in your lounge chair watching an old John Wayne movie, go, yeehaw, cowboy, and just smell that. Oh, you can't not smell it. And these are all die cast. These aren't plastic, cheap plastic. Cheap plastic cap guns are garbage. Don't buy them. They last for about a day and they break down because the plastic gets melted by the caps. Okay? That's why they're no good. And that's why you always want to get a die-cast cap gun. And these are all, there's only one place to get a die-cast cap gun. That's ProTinkerToys.com. And they are made by Goner Guns. Gonher. And they are die-cast. They're made in Spain. We have over 50 cap guns. Oh my gosh. Oh, and the smell. And then we have rifles too. Oh my God. This is the 97. They're all empty. Can you believe that? I'm out of caps. But they're real easy. All you have to do is you open this up like this. You pop them out. Pop that ring out. You come over here. You get another pack of caps. Okay. Get caps like this. You tear open the package like this. You get one pack of caps. You put the caps in like this, okay? And then you go like this. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, smell the caps. Oh my goodness. Oh, and that's what's so great about cap guns. They're so fun. Plus you have a third sense. You can smell the caps. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, we're going to go commies. Oh, yeah, we're going to get that. Oh, yeehaw, Calby. All you do is you get them all at ProTinkerToys.com. ProTinkerToys.com. You get everything at ProTinkerToys.com. That's right, buddy. That's right. You want to have some fun? You get a cap. You put it in your little 12 shooter here like this. Look at this. We're going to put this in here like this. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? We're going to close that up like that. We're going to be cowboys and Indians. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, now, there's one thing you want to do when you get your gun is you always want to clean out the gun. And there's a hole here that you can put oil in to keep it clean. Available at ProTinkerToys.com. Okay, so that video is... Okay, so that video is absolute chaos, all right? Now, I can turn back here because I'm done filming the video. Okay, so I've got 12 people on X. So we had basically 10 people go from watching the video over to X. Now we're back on YouTube, okay? Okay, Anthony Bateman sounds, let's see, Anthony Bateman, what's it? Let's see. Sounds good, Brian. It's like having an orgasm. I'm telling you, these things smell. Oh my God. Morning, everybody. This is Bryan Young, and it always has my name spelled wrong. Always spelled wrong. Always spelled wrong. Always Bryan or IAN. IAN. It's always spells wrong. Mr. Tinker, Pro Tinker, everything is spelled wrong. Okay. Oh, and they smell great. When you get a cap gun, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. When you get a cap gun, you put caps in it, right chair, and you just and just smell that. Oh, and you know what it's like? It's like taking your slot car, dipping it in oil, and putting it on a racetrack and racing around until the thing catches on fire. because that's what I used to do in the 1980s. No, 1975. 74. I moved from Toledo to Bowling Green, and I still had my slot cars, but I was more of like 15 and 16. I was kind of getting out of slot cars. You know, it was funny. Slot cars were really fun between my from 1970 to 1973, because I moved from die-cast cap guns is an addictive hobby, and it's fun too. So we're gonna upload that video short, and we're gonna put that YouTube. Okay, so the Arbuckle breakfast, had 1.2 views on YouTube. My short about my Arbuckle breakfast had 1,200 views. 1,200 views, 59 views. You know, we some views have a lot of views. Okay, now listen here, Pilgrim. This is Bryan Young with ProTinkerToys.com. I got Joey and Lexi. I did a video for them, but nobody watched it. Very disappointed. Mandy sent pictures of the boys running. Cameron does not like to run. Mason likes to run, but Cameron does not like to run. Cameron just does not like running. Cameron is not a sport. I'm telling you right now, okay? They need to put Cameron in a non-sports activity. Cameron does not like sports. I'm telling you right now. And Cameron is just like, I hate to say it, Cameron is just like me. He does not, and Ryan wasn't very good at sports. He was pretty good at wrestling, but maybe he had a dad that wasn't a sports guy, okay? And maybe that could be the problem. But Cameron is not a sports kid at all, okay? Cameron could give him a piece of paper and a pencil and let him draw a Godzilla doll, okay? That's Cameron. So to try to get Cameron into slot cars is like trying to Bob, do both. Use cap guns and start the races. Let's see. Bob Electra. Hey, Mayor. And the cowboy cat guns are dead. Bought us. We're the kids. We are really guys. Always smell the caps. Yeah, that's right. Now, okay. Next week we'll be racing on Tuesday, and we're shooting our cap guns. That's right. And we're all going to have cap guns. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring a bunch of cap guns to the Cleveland Hot Shots show. Maybe we'll sell some there. We got 13 people on X. Most people don't talk on X. I found out that most people don't like to use their keyboard to send messages. Plus, it's not user-friendly, okay, on X. Put Cameron in the marching band. No, he doesn't like band either. Cameron needs to be put into a, what do you call it? DEI, not a DEI, what do you call that? DIY, thing where you're constructive, you're building something, you're doing something with your hands, okay? You're building something, drawing something. Put him into that type of things. X is a bot machine. No, it's not Arbuckle. Why does he? Okay, Arbuckle, that's not true, because I basically told people 5 minutes ago to go to X if they wanted to watch me do my video. Okay, and they did. Okay, now I got to go back to this. One of my cap guns, which was not a cap gun. This is just. I got to get that video. I got to put that throughout all the different platforms. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Okay, so shorts, die-cast cap guns. Okay, good morning, everybody. This is Bryan. Okay, so we're gonna send it to Facebook, and then we're gonna send it to X. I'm really called Mr. Tinker, the professor. We're gonna send it X. So now it's posted on X. Now we're going to send it to Ryan, because Ryan then's going to make a video of it to send it to all of our regular customers. Okay, so we're now going to send that to Ryan, and then I'm going to send it to, I'm going to send it also to, I'm going to send it to, Okay, good morning.
Everybody, this is Bryan.
I'm going to send it to True Social because we're getting traction on True Social. We're getting people that are seeing it on True Social. So I just posted that video on all the platforms, okay, all of our platforms.
This is Bryan Young, and I'm...
And so we just did that video, and sounds like it's Brian's Down by the River voice. Down by the river. I am 66 years old. I have a toy store. I live in a van down by the river. Yeah. I'm 66 years old. I live in a van down by the river. So I just posted the video, the gun video. We will probably sell another $500 worth of guns today. All right, that's the average. Whenever I do these videos, I usually sell about 500 guns, and that will probably be the extent of the videos. Okay, everybody.
This is Bryan Young, and I'm with ProTinkerToys.com. I'm really called...
Hey, that's what I'm going to do. All right, that's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to do another video. I'm going to do a funny video. I'm going to be kind of like Chris Farley, okay? So I'm going to do a short. It's going to be a 15-second short. All right, about the cap guns, okay? And this got to be this has to be a fat one or fat one, but a fast one too, okay? Hey there, I am Bryan Young with ProTinkerToys.com, and I am 66 years old. I have a toy store. I live in a van down by the river. Hey there, I am Bryan Young with ProTinkerToys.com, and I am 66 years old. I have a toy store. I live in a van down by the river. Oh my gosh. Okay, I live in a van down by the river at ProTinkerToys.com. Tiggers? Pro-Tiggers? No, it's not Pro-Tiggers, it's Pro-Tinker. How does it say that? Pro-Tigger. ProTinkerToys.com. It's not protein. It's not protein ticker. Oh my gosh. This AI, oh my gosh. ProTinkerToys.com. All right, so that's the quickest short I've ever done, 15 seconds. Okay, that's a cap gun one, okay? So if I don't get 1 million views on that one, I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I've already had 283 views of the one I just did. No, I can't have that many views already. Something's not right. No views. Okay, so 4 views. So my new video has 4 views. So let's listen to that, okay? Hey there, I am Bryan Young with ProTinkerToys.com, and I am 66 years old. I have a toy store. I live in a van down by the river. Hey there, I am Bryan Young with ProTinkerToys.com, and I am 6. One of these days, so let me just tell you something, okay? One of these days, some talent expert is going to view my videos, okay? They're gonna view the video. They're gonna see one of my videos and they're gonna say to themselves, "This guy's got some talent. We need to get him on television." Okay. Now I will probably be, almost at the end of my age, but I'm telling you right now that there's no other thing that I could say other than I'm going to be. I mean, I don't do this. I was at, where was I yesterday? Oh yes, So I had to go. I had to go look for boxes because I needed to get boxes for the maze, and I've been not lucky at all with boxes. I'm just highly depressed. So I'm in Finley because I'm trying to go to Whirlpool and find boxes. And so while I'm in Finley, I decided to go the drive-through through Steak and Shake. And I go up there and go, "Hello there, I'd like to get a double." And so I would say, "I want a double with mustard, ketchup, lettuce, and mayonnaise only. No cheese." They put cheese on it, by the way. I hated it. I just don't like cheese on my hamburger for some reason. I don't know if it was a thing in elementary school, but I used to love cheese on the cheeseburger at McDonald's. Then all of a sudden, I just hated it. I just wanted a plain burger. So anyways, they did that wrong, but they did have extra crispy fries, which were really great. Anyways, these ladies were just cracking up, and I go through the drive-through. I come to pay the money. He goes, "Man, you made our days. We were so depressed, but after listening to you for 5 minutes, we were just cracking up." And that's the way it is all the time with women. And guys too. I mean, I'll just do the dumbest thing. I love walking up to I love to walk up to strangers, okay? Just perfect strangers and have a conversation with. There's nothing better than to have a conversation with a perfect stranger. You've never met them. You don't know who they are, and just you come up to him and say, "Hey, how are you doing? Man, I haven't seen you in a long time." My memory is, "What was your name again?" And they give you their name and they start telling you your life. And then you tell them, I do this all the time. I talk to strangers all the time. So anyways, guess what time it is? It's donut time. It's donut time. It's donut time today. So let me get my Coke. It's donut time. Somebody needs to fill up the Cokes because I'm going to come in here and I'm not going to get a cold Coke one day, and I'm going to be extremely upset. I'm going to have a holy cannoli and have a holy noli and have a holy boli and have a big waka kanaka. Holy moly, holy moly. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. It's donut time. It's teeth out time. Arr! And we have our nice cold Coke. See how the outside temperature has changed. So this is a perfect temperature. Now this might fizz up, okay? Let's hope that this will fizz up. And we will know that when we go like this. So if you go like this really quick, and you see it fuzz up like this, and if it turns into, oh, there we go. We've got ice. Oh my gosh, look at the amount of ice that's in that. Oh, this is called perfect temperature. This is a perfect temperature Coke. Oh, look at all of that. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. And so it's like creating your own ice. Oh boy. And I know Arbuckle loves this. You're already wired up. You're already wired up. Well, I had an Arbuckle breakfast. My wife made me an Arbuckle breakfast this morning. I had 3 slices of bacon, 1 egg, and water. And now I have my donut, my frozen Coke. Oh boy, this is right temperature too. Man. Oh boy. Now it's not, it only does it for a couple minutes. Oh. Oh boy, look at that. Holy moly. Look at all that ice. So I got my Hostess donuts. You guys are all about money. What money? I'm not money. Get to work. Oh man. Ha. Oh my God. Wow. You're missing the guest in the chat. I almost blocked him. Anthony. Ha! Right. Quite embarrassing. So Representative Mike Latta, Mr. Young walked. Now this really happened, just so you know. I don't know who this Representative Mike Latta is, okay? But Mr. Young once walked up to me at the bank and told me what he thought about me. Quite embarrassing. I didn't say anything about him. I walked up to him and said, "Hey, Mr. Latta, how you doing? Hey, I'd like to have a conversation with you." And he's like freaked out. He's like, "What the heck?" That science, okay. So we have to figure out who Mr. Latta is. We have to figure out your enemy is in the lab. So we found out that Mr. Latta is Snuggles, okay? So you have to ignore Mr. Latta because Mr. Latta would not type his name like that, Representative Mr. Latta, okay? He wouldn't type it like, if he was truly, no, that's really Mike Latta. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, no. To be fair about Mike Latta, whoever this Mike Latta is, I don't know who this Representative Mike Latta, but I did talk to Mr. Latta, my congressman. He was actually in Farmer's Merchant one day, and I said, "Hey, how you doing, Mr. Latta? I'm Bryan Young. I own a toy store. It'd be nice for you to come by and talk to me and get my opinion on some things." Never stopped by. Never stopped by, never called me. They don't care. They honestly, this is really the truth. 90% of our politicians, I don't care, Republican, Democrat. I know I got some, I'm sure you got a really nice representative. They don't care about you. Once they're elected, they don't care about you. Mr. Latta I would honestly be shocked if he walked into my store. I would be shocked. I'm a retail store. I'm a business, okay? In his district. You'd think that he would have at least, 8 years in office, 10 years in office, he could get around to some of his retailers. It's donut time. It's donut time. Anthony Baby Jr., do you know Mr. Latta is Snuggles? Yeah, of course I know it, Anthony Bateman. You think I'm born yesterday? Mr. Latta. Mr. Latta, Bryan, how do you know Mr. Latta is Snuggles? Well, how do I know? I don't know for sure. I don't know 100% that Mr. Latta is Snuggles. But I will tell you this, that the only way people know about me meeting Mr. Latta, my congressman, is because of my live stream, because I've told you guys. Okay, so obviously somebody that's been watching my live stream over the last 5 years would know that I ran into Mr. Latta, my congressman, and that he's never responded to me. Okay. Bryan, please explain. Okay, Vic's got a good question. Bryan, please explain the Scale Electric situation. Why is RC Superstores are having a big price drop and you won out also? Okay, so here's the deal. All right. I got a list of all the cars from Scale Electric. I could buy a bunch of them, okay, at a reduced price, okay? I could buy sets for ridiculous prices, okay? And I should. I'm going to buy them, I think, myself. Because I want it for myself. Because Daniel and Ryan don't want me to buy stuff for the store. So I'm going to buy stuff for myself, for my own collection. So that I will have buying it at cheap prices, and I will just keep and hold on to it as an investment, okay? Because they've got some cheap sets right now on sale. I mean cheap. Plus cars, they've got cars for, but I hate to say this because I know what's going on. I know where it's going. I know who is going to take the product line. And it is not going to be the Scale Electric that you used to know about. Okay? Scale Electric and Hornby is going to be Hornby. They're in financial trouble too, okay? I don't have... How do you put this? Okay, so you have two companies. You have Scale Electric, Hornby, Scale Electric Spain. Okay, I want you to picture this, okay? You have Scale Electric Hornby, that is in England that has been making slot cars in England since the 1960s. Okay, everybody in England knows about Scalextric. If you're in Spain and you're a Spaniard, then the odds of you not having a Scalextric Spanish set is, there's probably 1 in 10 people that do not have a Scalextric set in their house in Spain. And so Scalextric is never going to go out of business in Spain. Never going to go out of business. Now, Hornby has gone out of business or bankruptcy 3 or 4 times because mismanagement. They do not know what they're doing in Hornby. Okay? And it's exactly what's going on right now. Now, Scalextric in Spain is a little different because the family that owns the license hasn't necessarily managed that license correctly over the last, ever since they got it in the 1970s. Okay? They're doing better, okay? They do have a good product line, okay? But Scalextric in the United States under Hornby was a mistake, okay? And it's going to get even worse, okay? Honestly, I wouldn't touch Scalextric. I'm sorry to say. I wouldn't be anywhere near. If you want to get cheap product go ahead and buy it, okay? If you want to get a good deal, but I don't see, based on what I've seen over the last 20 years, 30 years, oh my gosh. See, I know how to merchandise. I know how to sell. I know how to go to shows, and I know how to get it out to people. The place that they're going to is not going to do that. He does not know how to do that. Okay? And it's the same thing with Ninko. Ninko went nowhere. I hate to be critical of somebody. I do like, let me put this. Professor Motors, I like Professor Motors, okay? But he never liked Scalextric. When I brought it to him, an SCX, he didn't ever, all I'm saying is they don't know how to merchandise it to the consumer and the retailer. Bryan, the S. It's called Scalextric in Spain. What if I'm in Spain but not in Spaniard? Wait a minute. What if I'm in Spain but not a Spaniard? I'm just telling you, most of the Spaniards, most of the Spanish people in Spain have a Scalextric slot car set in their house. 90%. It's like in America. How many people do not have a Lego set in their house? That's the same thing in Spain, okay? Very simple. Professor Motor is high-end slot cars, not cheap stuff. No, I don't want to get... Professor Motors, he used to work for Ford, and so I understand his philosophy, but he's not a distributor and he's not a retailer, okay? And how to promote the product. See, they have to promote... See, Scalextric hasn't been to the Nurses Show in almost 5 years. Well, to me, that's a joke. You're not promoting the product to your retailers. Give me a break. What is your problem? The best choice for Scalextric is here's what it is. I'm just going to say it, which nothing will happen. But the best choice for Scalextric in the United States is for them to come to me and hire me to be their sales and promotion for the United States. That's all there is to it. That's all I'm going to say about it. And, they can do their thing, fine. But, Scalextric, they've been down this 3 times. They were going to be, they were in bankruptcy when I was with ProTinkerToys in 2008. They were about ready to go into bankruptcy. They went in bankruptcy in 1970, mid-80s. Hornby has had more problems with management. Well, it's really what's their country. England. You can't make any money in England, okay? It's impossible to make money. It's impossible to make anything. It's impossible to do anything in England anymore. England is a country that is falling apart. Okay, China or 1990s in England, 1990s in Canada. Canada was a manufacturing mecca in the 1990s. That's why Irwin Toy, they were making their own. They were making hockey sets. Everything was made in Canada. Everything. Listen, I don't lie. It's like, well, Bryan, you don't know what you're talking about. All right, I don't. All right, I don't know what I'm talking about. I have never done anything. I'm terrible at what I do, and really, that's really what it's all about. And people get mad at me. They get mad at me because they think I'm arrogant. I know everything, and I'm just a pompous ass. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. It's really that. It's that in a nutshell. Okay. And I would love to buy a bunch of Hornby stuff and hold on to it because it's going to sell later on. The problem is the price that they want for the cars, still are too high priced. What they want for the cars, it's ridiculous. I don't know what to tell you. It's like you look at this stuff and you just say, "Are you crazy?" I know what these cars cost in China. I know what they're paying. I know what they're paying for a car in China. Okay, the wholesale cost. This is the wholesale cost. Okay, so this is what. Okay, I'll just tell you. So this car right here. Okay. That car right there, I'm just going to be blunt with you guys. I try to be blunt with you as much as I can. So this car is costing about $3. You could get it to as low as $2 a car based on quantities. So if you went to them and said, "Hey, I need 1 million of these," you could probably get them for $2 a piece. Now, they don't do 1 million. Okay, we want 5,000. All right, they'll be about $4. $5 maybe max. Five at the high end. Okay, at the high end. Okay, $5. Then you say, well, why? Why can't we get them for $10? Well, that's all right. So now you have $5. All right, let's add all. So now let's say we've got that car 5. Now we have a tariff of 30%. So that's gonna add. What's 30% of $5? 5 times $1.50. So that car is now going to cost $6.50. All right, so it's going to cost $6.50 now. Now they got to ship it across. Now you got the sea container prices. That's going to add another $1 to it. Okay, then you got it landed. Then you have to warehouse it. Now you got a cost there. Now you're at $6, $7, maybe $8. Now you're going to sell it to a retailer or the retailer. Now you want to double your money, so now you're at $16. That's how easy it is. That's how it is. Then I get it for 16 or 17 or 18. Now I have to sell it for double just to make my money back so I can keep staying in business. Okay? Hobby Lobby, they tell it to Hobby Lobby to closer to their cost because they're turning it very fast. Okay? And that's how they're doing it. That's it in a nutshell. Listen, I saw the numbers. I saw the numbers when I was with SCX. This was 1996 numbers. We were in, Grant and I went to Spain, and they showed us the cost of what we were going to pay for the car. And this is after TechnoToys made their margin. They did not make their margin. We were paying $6 a car. Okay, Irwin Toy was. We were paying $6 from TechnoToys. So that means TechnoToys was getting the car, a 132nd car, from China for about $3. Those are 1996 numbers. Or 98 numbers, I'm sorry. 98 numbers. So we were paying $6. They were getting them for $3, charging us $6. They were making $3 through a 50% margin, which is you have to as a manufacturer. Okay. You know, most people shouldn't tell you this stuff. Most retailers would, Bryan, you need to shut your mouth. Listen, people understand the game. I'm just telling you, this is what I have to do to stay in business. This is called retail. You try to buy something at the lowest price you can and retail it for the highest price you can, but not too high. And then offer discounts once in a while just to stimulate sales. That's normal in retail. If anybody tells you opposite, they have no idea what they're talking about. I know what I'm talking about because I've been doing it for 30 years. Okay? You know, I had one enlightening thing happen to me. I've told this story before. Thank you, Anthony. So anybody else has any questions? So I got that question. What's his name? Vic wanted me to say that or talk about that. Any other questions out there? Anthony Bateman Sr.'s out there. Do we have any more comments from Representative Mr. Mike Latta? How can I win that vote again? How can I win that vote again? Give me a call right now, Mike Latta. Give me a call right now to win that vote. Call me right now. Call me right now. Call me at this phone number, 419-552-1766. That's how you can win that vote again. Oh, there's more. Okay, Bryan, let's see. Oh, there's more in the bucket. I got a nice hole. It looks good, Bryan. Bryant LaForte, having a bucket nearby. Just have a bucket nearby. Tyco cars. Thank you, Anthony. Too bad we can't buy directly from China. Too many costs added. Oh, you guys couldn't buy this from. See, and that's why they changed the thing about buying stuff from China, because they were dumping stuff into the Temu. Don't ever buy anything from Temu. I guess I got to say this again. Let me rephrase that. If you want to buy something from Temu, expect that it will last maybe a week. Okay, maybe a week. California, place ought to be. We moved up to Chevy and drove to Colorado. Yeah. Yes, Tom, how are you doing? I'm doing great. How can I help you today? You have two questions. Okay. Okay, so all right, so I do a live stream, okay? So I'm going to put you on speakerphone because I'm doing a live stream right now. We have over 80 people watching me, and that's a very good question. So I want to respond to you, but then have you on speaker so I can have a conversation. Are you okay with that? All right, so we have Tom. We have Tom in California, and he's asking, why is the Golf tanker so popular? That's your question, right?
Yes, sir.
So he wants to know why the Golf tanker. Let me get a picture out here so people can see why the Golf tanker is so popular. Well, the reason it's so popular is Golf is number one, Golf is a very popular logo. It's a very popular franchise because people remember, and some people might not, but I do, because as a child, I remember in the late 60s traveling the country, and wherever there was a Holiday Inn, there was also a Golf gas station, okay? I don't know if you remember that, but Golf and Holiday Inn had a relationship that if you used your Golf credit card, you could use it at Holiday Inn. And Holiday Inn credit cards be used at Golf stations, which was very unique. And so when I decided to do our first tanker, I don't know if you're watching the live stream or not, but our first tanker is our Mayflower. And Mayflower, I remember as a kid in the 1960s moving from Toledo, or from Cleveland to Toledo in the Mayflowers. And I thought, well, that would be a beautiful truck to do. And I thought, well, the Golf tanker would be beautiful if we did it in a chrome tanker with the Golf logo. And that's why it is so popular. And we haven't done and another reason is we haven't done an exclusive in almost 3 years. And there is a big demand for this golf tanker, and we are selling them nonstop. And if you haven't bought one, and there's only 1,000 of them made for the whole country of 320 million, or now 350 million Americans. There's only 1,000 of them. Does that give you some information?
Yes, sir.
Anything else any other comments that you might have about it? Does that answer your question enough, or?
Yes, it does answer my question about the tanker. And my second question is the Love Truck Stop Auto World exclusive. How many of those are available to the public?
Okay, well, those were only available in 22 and 23. No, 24 and 23. They were out for 2 years, and those have been, they only made about 1,600 of them, and those are all, the only way you can find them is either on YouTube or on eBay or at a slot car show. And they sold out, oh my gosh, the second tanker set came out last Christmas, and that sold out even faster than the first tanker. They didn't come out one this year. They did not come out with a love set for 25, unfortunately.
Well, the reason why I asked is my brother is a truck driver. He travels across country, and I get to see him maybe once every 2 years.
Yep.
And about a year and a half ago, he found a set, and it's been in his truck. I have it in my possession. I'm not a collector. Is it something that I can pass on to a collector? I don't want to just open up the kit and over 2 trucks. Is it something that I can trade to somebody else for a couple slot cars? Because if there's only 1,600 of them, I'm a player. I'm not a collector. So.
Well, I would love to give you, I mean, I can't give you a retail credit because I've got to resell it, and I could give you, I could give you so much if you wanted to. I could call you later. You can call me after I do the live stream, and we can make a deal on how much I could give you in credit toward that set.
That works for me.
Like I could swap you one of my sets for one of those sets, for example. If you don't have a set, we have tons of sets, but the love set is always, very popular. Is your brother not a truck driver anymore?
Oh, yes, sir. He still is.
Oh, he just.
We've had quite a few trucks. We got the original frozen set all tricked out. But it's something, because of the Gulf tanker being so popular and seeing about it, and then my brother finding this, and he also had 3 of the 5 exclusive cars that came with. One of them is a GT40 with a white chassis and yellow. That's a pretty car.
Does it have white tires? Does it have white tires also?
No, it has black tires.
Okay, so they're called the cheater eye wheels. The true eye wheels are basically all white tires and rims and a white chassis. But the cheater eye wheels are a white car, white chassis, but black rims.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yeah, I'd be interested on all those cars too, if you were interested in selling those.
Well, I don't want to sell them. I'm willing to trade.
Yeah, we could trade.
I'm
Yep.
not a collector,
Yeah.
And I know people like these things.
Yeah.
As a collector.
Yeah, I'd love to have that truck set. Yes. Love's truck set. Yes.
Okay, what would be a good time to call you back, Mr. Bryan?
Well, call me at this phone number. Let me give you another phone number, okay?
Yes, sir.
You writing it down?
Yes, sir.
419-575-3776.
575-3776.
Yes.
What would be a good time on that, sir?
Call me in about 2 hours.
Okay.
All right?
That sounds good to me.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Yep, bye. All right, so we have 59 people watching, okay? Now, I want to go through this because I'm not a spiteful guy. I like everybody, okay? And we had an incident about 3 months ago. About 3 months ago, about one of our customers, okay? One of our YouTuber comment people was getting a little bit over the top. He's a nice guy, but first of all, his brother is really nice. I really love Peter, and Peter, I just he's got a brother, and that is Snuggles, okay, and that is Philip Piazio, and I banned Philip from my phone and from our YouTube channel because he was just being very rude to a lot of people. He actually said something to me, which I told you on the live. He texted me, and I said that you just crossed the line, okay? And so you're banned. And because I'm such a nice guy, and because I do like him, and I know that he's Italian. Italians have a tendency to like to fly off the handle. I'm going to ask you guys. I just want to know if I should unban Snuggles, but he has to understand that he really has to keep himself calm, okay? He has to be, all of his comments need to be 10 words. A lot of you guys are going over the 10-word limit. Okay, so Mr. Latta is commenting, I just made a call, but the line was busy, Mr. Young. I plan to meet you to but thank you for your upcoming vote. Well, first of all, you didn't call me because I got my phone here and the phone didn't ring. So, live truck. So it's, here we go. Does he make fabric softener? So I want to know, basically, on all you people that are watching, should I give Snuggles a second chance? All I need is a thumbs up. I don't want to hear any comments. I just want to see thumbs up if I should give Snuggles a second chance. That's all I'm asking. Should I give Snuggles a second chance? Okay. Roman vote. I just want a thumbs up. I don't want anything else. I just want either a thumbs up or that's it. Okay. No, I don't want any other comments. I just want a thumbs up. Okay. We have 59 people. We have never had this amount of people on my live stream. I had 70 people watching about an hour ago. We are 10 people less than that. So we've got one person voting. Oh my God. Uh-oh, here we go. Nah. Nah. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, we got problems here. We got Psy. Okay, so Vic just types in SI. What is SI? I don't know what SI means. Okay, so Cripes, you should let Snuggles do the monologue. LOL. So Kevin gives him, what is that, a frown face? I don't know why I can't see that. Let me see what that is. So far, Snuggles isn't getting the greatest. I'd rather watch you eat donuts with your teeth put. Arbuckle, you have to buy my vote. One slot car. Arbuckle. Well, I guess I'm not doing too good on this. I told everybody to just give me a thumbs up, but obviously nobody can listen to what I say. Yeehaw, cowboy. Oh, man. No. Oh, my gosh. Holy cow. Holy moly. Holy cow.
Dick said you probably got $1 million in the building.
Really?
And then, yeah. And then,
Well, they're loading cap down for
you're eating too much.
Did you? I can't believe you just said that. I'm eating too much. Oh my gosh, how can people be so insulting? What do you want? Oh my gosh, did you get my thing cleaned out?
What did you burn in that?
What do you mean, what did I burn in it?
It's terrible. You're the worst one we've had this year.
I used the wood stuff that I get at Farm and Fleet.
Well, it's good stuff. But it was a mess, Brian.
Well, no, I hadn't cleaned it since April. I mean, I turned it off. That was the last time I cleaned it. Did you get it all cleaned out?
Yeah, we got it all cleaned out.
But what?
It really was a mess.
I don't care. That's what your job is, to clean it. Listen to him. I tell you, these people, they're just a bunch of complainers. He's the one I bought my wood stove from, okay? So he's the one that is Tom. Tom is the, get over here, Tom. So anyway, so this happened almost, 2009. So 2009, I was in St. Louis, or in Utah, and I was in a wood stove place, and I said, hey, listen, I got a shed that I want to put a wood stove in. He goes, but my problem is I have to put a wood stove pipe in, but it's going to be like $1,200 just to put the pipe in. He said, oh, no. The guy goes, oh, no, you need to get one of these. I go, what is this? He goes, wood pellet stove. I go, what? He goes, it's just like a dryer. I go, what do you mean? He turned the thing on, it starts to, and it just putting heat out. So I came back, I went to Farm and Fleet. I'm standing at Farm and Fleet. I'm looking at their wood stove pellets. He goes, now that looks nice. And the guy comes up and he goes, don't buy it here. Get a hold of Tom in Weston, okay, and buy it from Tom. So Tom sold me this cheap American line one. He suckered me into buying. I can't remember what he got me out for that one. Well, how much did you stick me for that?
$900.
Oh, please. And that thing it broke down all the time. He goes, oh, it's going to be a good one. Then he sells me another one, which is another lemon. So I bought 2 lemons from him. And then I finally bought the last one that I had. How long have I had that one? At least.
Quite a while.
You finally had to put a circuit in, I think. Yeah, Harlan, right.
You'll never replace that arm.
You had to put a new circuit, I think, in last year or something.
You better tell him you want some sort of royalty.
But but the problem is, and this happened about 4 years ago, all of a sudden, America got into this stupid habit of wanting to use their grill to cook food. And so all the wood pellets that meant to go to people's wood stoves to heat the house decided to heat their stupid stoves.
Actually, they sent most of them to England. They did. They went over to England.
What?
Pellets.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
For people, for their wood stoves, or
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
cooking for the cooking
Well,
ovens?
either one.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that's what happened to a whole bunch of them. Thousands of them. They sent them to England. And Europe.
Well, I think the wood pellet stove furnace is probably the most efficient wood stove you can possibly have.
Yeah, but it takes a really sharp guy to run one. Furnaces.
And he's not sharp, okay? He's about as sharp as a dull pencil, okay?
I got your money, though.
Yeah, I know. You haven't gotten my money yet, though, haven't you? Ah! Yeah, what a
That's what we
schmucko.
said. We got to go down here and figure out how to get Bryan
Unbelievable.
around.
Yeah, because you used to do wood pellets, but you can't get them now, can you?
I can get them, but there ain't no money in them.
There's no money in them now.
No, there never was.
Isn't that funny? Well, because they're so heavy, I think the shipping, when you say.
Well, no, the shipping wasn't cheap, but the ones that you're getting just come from over here at west, not very far, and just in Indiana, not very far away. But seriously, I would spend over 4,000, 26 ton on a load, 24 or 26 ton on a load, and you could spend $4,000 on that and make maybe $600.
Yeah, but it's a quick turn because you know they're going to sell.
No, you got to buy them before March is over. They won't sell them to you through the summer. Us small guys.
Now, why not?
Because all the big box stores.
Oh, all the box stores. Well, I know that Farm and Fleet, he says he's gone through 3 shipments already.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will.
Because I bought 3.
So he made $1,800 and he
Yeah.
spent $12,000 to do it.
No, you're probably right.
No, I know.
You are right? You think you're right?
I know I'm right. That don't count.
He thinks he right. You know, it's amazing these wood people.
We know.
Have you
everything.
finally shut your store down? Are you still selling stoves?
Yeah, I got a store over there.
You still have the store? So if you're looking for a wood pellet stove
Absolutely.
and you live in Northwest Ohio, you want to get a hold of Tom's Wood Pellet Stoves.
Yeah.
Okay, they live in North Ohio. He'll ship them all over the country. He'll even deliver it no matter where you're in America. He'll deliver it to you, okay? Because I got guys all over the United States. We have 61 people watching right now, 13 on X. So if you want a wood pellet stove, what are the prices now about wood pellets right now? About what do you think?
The cost?
Yeah, like
Like $300 a ton.
No. The stoves now.
Oh, the stoves? Good ones. Not big box store stoves, but a good pellet stove is going to run you $4,000 or better.
That's my Harlan is.
Your Harmon's more than that.
Is it really
Oh, yeah,
nowadays?
your Harmon's going to push 5, that stove. Yeah. But that.
See, and that's what he should put in his house is a wood pellet stove.
Yeah, you'll have minimum of 20 years, 25 years.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, you buy it in the box. Well, it's just common sense. You buy it in a box store for $1,200, and what can you get today for $1,200?
You can't.
See,
I like a wood stove.
No, this is a wood pellet, not a wood stove. It's completely
I
different.
like a pellet stove.
Okay.
I like the. I'm his son. I'm his son.
He's
Oh,
not
my
my son. He's
goodness.
my wife's affair son. You know that story? Did I tell you that story? You ever hear that story about my wife having an affair? So this was in 1994. Okay,
his son?
my wife was pregnant. Okay, she's basically works midnights at the Wood County nursing home. Okay, so she works midnights. She gets home about 1 o'clock in the morning, I think. Normally, at 1 o'clock. I think she works like 5 to midnight. Anyways, so midnight, I'm in bed. Okay, I'm in bed. She just gets home. We're asleep. All of a sudden, the phone rings. Okay, this is 1990, the year he was born. I answer the phone. I go, "Hello." He goes, "This Bryan Young?" I go, "Yes." I just wanted to let you know that I'm having an affair with your wife.
I'm not in the.
Okay, and I said to him, I said, really? I said, listen, if you've got time to have an affair with my wife, go right ahead and have it, okay? And so then I hung up, and I go into Ken. She says, who is that? She goes, that's a guy that said he's having an affair with you. Okay, well then we find out that it was actually Bryan Young in Perrysburg that had the mobile home. He used to sell mobile homes. You know where the one?
I'm after 13.
He's the one that was having the affair. And so they called the wrong Bryan Young. How could you? And that's what she was having him. And that's why I always call him as an.
I understand. That's cool. Very cool.
He's not my real kid. He's the one that got it called. Kathy thought that was so funny. She goes, "You got to be kidding." No, I'm not kidding. Then we find out it was Bryan Young because he's the one that had the trailer park selling the mobile home. That's where we bought our mobile home from. Right there in Perrysburg.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my story. What do you want, anyways?
They want
What
money.
do I want?
Oh, you want money? Give me a bill and then I'll send you a check.
Oh, I'll get you a bill. We'll get
Where is it? How much? So everything's cleaned out, all ready to go for this
Oh, it
year.
is, yeah.
Okay, then you'll be back in January and then in March to clean it out, right?
Again, I suppose. Well, you're burning it. Yeah. You must have
Well,
let
what
it
am I
idle.
doing wrong?
I would guess that you let it run real easy for a
What do you
long
mean
time.
easy?
It needs a good strong fire when you want to fire it up so that it gets hot,
Okay.
and then you can turn it down. But if you let it burn at an easy pace all the time.
Well, I leave it at. I leave it at 55.
Yeah. I would guess.
Or no, it's not 55. It's got this thermometer there that kicks on automatically.
Yeah.
So
you
what?
can change it. You can change that on your settings.
And how do you change it on the setting?
Well, you got 2 knobs down there.
I know that.
Yeah, you know how to operate it?
Yeah,
Well,
I know. I set it at. When I'm not there, I set it at 55.
Okay.
Then I set it at 70. But then I come and that thing has got a flame that I think it's going to burn the whole house. I mean, the flame
I
is
don't know.
huge.
Unless you just got into some junk pellets. That could be. I mean,
Would they
make
be
them-
wet? Would they be a wet? Would a
Well,
wet
if they're
pellet?
wet wouldn't help you any. wouldn't help any. But this was really seriously. It was all caked on there. And you're going, what the dickens is wrong here? Because you use good pellets. You use good pellets, Bryan. So
I just bought 3 brand new pellets in them. They just had got them in.
yeah, that's a good deal. Yeah, but I really don't know. It could be in the pellets. Usually when you see that build up, it's because the stove is idled.
Because I leave it at 55 when I'm not in the
Yeah,
room.
sure. Well, it kicks on at 54, 53 is when it kicks on to run. It might be running up and then coming back down. It's supposed to modulate. So maybe it's when it comes by that, we mean when if it gets to 54, the temperature, it's going to go to 55. Then it cuts the fuel down and lets the fire go down easy.
Correct.
It's for energy conservation. Your gas furnaces do the same thing today. They don't let them run wide open anymore. But so that might be in there at that temperature that's happening. Just keep an eye on it.
All right, well, maybe I'll call you one day in maybe
Yeah.
November, December, or December when it's really cold and just maybe come over and do a test for me to see if I've got all the settings right.
Yeah, see if you got it.
Because I don't have any problem. I mean, it kept me all summer
Oh
long.
no, yeah, it should.
I mean, I before I did the wood pellets, I mean, I had to shut up the upstairs. I mean, and you saw the place. They used to have black tarp so that all the heat stayed down. I took all that black tarp down and let the heat go through up to the floor, and it keeps the upstairs. Because in the winter, I'd never go upstairs. I'd shut it off at all. I'd close it off, and I wouldn't go back there until April.
Yeah.
The upstairs.
Yeah.
I live up there all the time now. I mean, because the heat radiates right up, and
sure
I
it
put
will.
2 holes, so some of the now will radiate through the holes. So, all right, well, give me the
I'll
bill.
get you the- we just walked in.
I know that. I know that. You want money already. Unbelievable.
He's trying to go up the road. And I told him that.
He always wants money. The guy does. He sold me 2. He sold me 2 lemon wood pellet stoves, and then now he wants me to.
You're the one going for you. She don't have much going on.
Now he wants me to pay him for fixing it. You know.
Got us.
Yeah, that's a big thing. So Jeff says everything looks pretty good. He says there's a couple of things he would have done different, but he says overall it's moving pretty good.
How much?
Business is going good, is it?
Tom's, right? Just Tom's. What?
Tom's Energy Shop or
Tom-
Tom's. Just use Tom's Elk. It's all right. ZULCH. It's all going in the same place.
Tom. I'm just gonna call you Tom. Tom's wood stove.
You want this made out to you or the business?
Just Bryan Young. Well, how much?
Just $100.
$100. Just 100. Just 100. He just wants $100. You know, he takes it. You know, I buy a $4,000 wood pellet stove. He wants $100. Here, just give me my right arm here. You want me my right arm here, Tom?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, you look like you're doing okay. I almost charged you more, but I felt sorry for you.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just take it all. Just take it everything. There you go. Take more. You want it all, Tom. No, you know what? You know what's really funny? If you guys have a shed or a building that you want to get that's efficient to heat and it's inexpensive, wood pellet stove is it.
Yep.
I'm telling you. I mean, I used to have a kerosene stove in there, and I used to pour kerosene into the container, and I would spill it more times. I can't believe how many times I could have burnt down that building. And then when I first moved into that shed, this was the first year I moved in it, first winter. It was winter of 2000. Winter of 2000. Gas prices went through the roof. And I turned on the gas, natural gas that was in the shed there. It had a furnace in. I just turned it on to have it running all some winter long. I got my gas bill in January. I turned it off, disconnected, and took it out. It was $600. I almost lost my pants when I got that bill. I cut that out so fast, and then I bought another unit, which really wasn't any good. You know, I needed a 90 fish and a furnace in there if I was going to get anything. And
Where's Anthony Bateman?
Today, if you get a new
Massachusetts.
today, if you get a new furnace, you want to put a heat pump in.
That's great.
That's the only way to go is heat pump.
A heat pump?
Heat pump, yeah. Don't buy another furnace. Buy
Oh,
heat-
really?
Yeah. Yeah. You buy a heat pump.
Well, it's all,
Heat pump, when they first come out, were junk.
Yeah, but heat pumps are for the South.
Oh no, they're up here now. They got
My house
commercial
has
heat pumps now that'll heat a building down to 0.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's a whole nother ball game.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what I was told I had.
but
That's what you have, a heat pump, right?
That's what I'm told. I don't
Yeah,
know
you
anything
do.
about
That's
it.
now that I think about it.
Maybe we gotta get them down to my house. Tell me what's going on.
yeah, he's got a heat pump. But
Because it's up in the ceiling. It's like like in my brother-in-law. So I was in my sister's this summer, and their air conditioning wasn't working, and so I go up in the attic. I go, why is this not connected? And they had this little sensor that detected something, and it wasn't connected right. And as soon as I put that in there, the whole thing started up because it drains into this pan and everything. They saved like $2,000, from a guy coming out and fixing it.
oh yeah. Oh,
I said,
it's
Karen, don't you watch this stuff? And then what's her husband? He was a master a contractor. And I was thinking, Jim, you don't know how to fix this? Unbelievable.
I was at Cleveland Clinic in a room waiting to fix my head, and it was colder than a well digger's backside in January. And
A
I
well
asked the
digger's-
nurse about it, and she said, "Oh, it's always this way." And I was in the business then of that kind of stuff. So when she went out of the room, I pulled my screwdriver out and went over to the thermostat. And when I come back in, there was heat in the room. When she come back in,
What was wrong with it?
they just they never had a mechanic come up there and reset it. Just had to change one screw.
So if you guys need a wood stove in
Yes.
Northwest Ohio or anywhere in the country, he'll ship it to you, okay?
I'll
But
deliver it.
he'll deliver it and set it up. And it's Tom's Wood Shelf in Western Ohio,
Yeah.
okay? Western Ohio, okay? And it's
Why don't you tell them the real name of your shop?
it's Tom's Wood.
Oh, Dr. Lee's Stove Shop.
Oh, Dr. Lee, that's right, Dr. Lee. We're this doctor. He's not a doctor though.
I'm not a doctor.
Well, then why you call it Dr. Lee's?
They make more money.
Oh my gosh! So you think he's a doctor? Oh my goodness! He sucked me out of 2 wood stoves, and then when I traded the stoves in for the next one, I got less every time. So he made money selling the 2, then he made money selling them back to me and buying the new ones.
That's right.
He must have saw me coming. He was fishing that rod like this and pulling it and everything. I got Bryan all the time. I'm kidding with you,
I
no.
gotta get the good
I
ones.
get it. But yeah, if you need a wood stove, get it from Dr. Lee's Wood Stove in Weston, Ohio. It's probably the best thing you'll ever get if you have a shop or even a house, really. And
It is.
it really is. I mean, I unless I was going to go spend a furnace and all that.
Oh yeah, and they're huge money today too. See.
I mean, I would pour kerosene into my kerosene, and I would slip and miss, and they'd just pour all over the place.
Yeah, boy.
That thing is just, I could have burnt that shed down 50 million times. Plus, with all that kerosene or all that creosote wood in there, if that thing ever caught on fire.
The way firemen had a lot of fun with that.
Oh, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's where Mr. Johnson, he got all the wood for that building free from the lumber or from CSX.
Really?
Yep. They had all this lumber, and he got in 1969, he got all this lumber free, and he built that
Because
building.
we just were remarking about it because I was laying on the floor and I look up and I see this building's pretty well built. It's got 2x12s in there.
He's got a nail every inch. He put a nail every inch. I'm not kidding. The guy, matter of fact, one guy was coming by one day. He said, "Is that Mr. Johnson's building?" He goes, "I was helping him build this when I was in high school in 1969." He goes, he was crazy about wood and nails. I literally thought I was going to wear my hand off because I was putting a nail every inch. He would say, "I want a nail every inch." And they called it Noah's Ark back in the days when it was being built on the
Really?
Sentinel because of how much wood was put in that building.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy. Matter of fact, because it's got those, what do you call that roof? It goes up like this.
Gable roof.
Yeah, gable roof. He must, because I don't know if they sold plywood like this, because it had strips all the way so that the wood would curve. the plywood would curve because he had slid every inch.
Oh my word, to do that. Yeah, he would have had to. Yeah.
I mean, unless you bought it like that, would you buy
No,
plywood like that?
He'd have to do that. Yeah.
He did every inch or every half inch. There was a slot so that when you put it there, it would curve nice perfectly. That's the only part I don't like about that shed is the gable and those gable windows.
You're stuck with it now.
No, I know. You can't do anything with it now. All right. Well, hey, thank you a lot, Tom, with Dr. Lee.
Stove shop.
Dr. Lee's Stove Shop in Western Ohio. Weston is another metropolis here in Northwest Ohio. They used to have a Pizzanella's, but Pizzanella's, they went downhill fast.
Yeah.
Man, I guess they've changed their dough and everything. Oh, I used to love Pizzanella's, but not anymore.
No. Everything is cheap.
So are you moving stoves then or not?
We're just starting, and really the wood stoves. Vermont Casting makes this beautiful wood stove. I got 2 of those sold.
Oh, they're not wood pellet. They're wood stoves.
They're true wood stoves.
Okay.
And they're kind of a rarity in northwestern Ohio now. People don't burn wood like they used to up here.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Other parts of Ohio they do. Michigan, Indiana, they burn it, but right in here we don't burn as much. But when a person buys them, they're buying them for their looks.
Oh, really?
They'll be the center point, focal point of the room. And they can put porcelain on them, and they make them red and black.
Now, what about those outdoor wood pellet thing or wood furnace
You
things?
don't want one of them. No. Nope.
You want where the outside and the piping goes into the house?
No.
No.
Only way you use those is if you got more than one building that you want to heat.
Yeah.
Or you got a huge big building.
Oh, I
Because
see.
you got to look at the wasted wood that you burnt that you don't need to. So it's going to make 30,000 BTUs an hour just to keep it alive.
Well, no, that's the same thing with my wood stove. Even for my building, is that sometimes, if it's average temperature, like if it's in the 30s, that thing will just I have to turn it down because there's just too much heat.
Too much heat. Yeah.
Now, when it gets to 0, it is
We're good. Yeah.
It's good, but it's it's pumping. It's pumping wood, a lot of heat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that's the thing about those big wood stoves. In Indiana, they're outlawed now. So
what are
those outdoor burners pretty much outlawed.
now? Why are they outlawed?
Well, Mr. Obama and Mr. Biden, didn't want to pollute the world, and so they.
Yeah, but how did they ban Indiana? Indiana's a
Well, yeah,
Republican state, though.
I know they are, but they got they watched them burn. People were throwing coal in them and stuff, and they didn't want that, and this kind of thing, and so they just tightened the regulations to where.
In Indiana, but why not in Ohio?
Well, they pushing it in Ohio too. Just not here. We don't hear about it because we don't have very many of them.
Oh, I see.
I put a
Okay.
couple of them over the years, but you got to have a big area. Now, if you have a big area and you got woods and the time to cut the wood, but you're going to cut a lot of wood.
But I mean, even going back to 2009, I remember when I bought that first unit. That was like corn. I was buying corn in North Baltimore, bags.
Yep.
I was putting corn in that thing.
Yeah, sure. You still.
It was cheap,
Yeah, it's cheap. Yeah.
but now it's.
Yeah, it's.
Is it cheaper or
Yeah,
what's?
it's cheaper now. It's about $3.75 a bushel now. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I can put corn in my unit.
No, you can
No.
mix it.
I can mix it.
Yeah, you can put maybe 25% corn.
25% corn.
Which I do that in my stuff.
Well, why would you do that? Does corn burn? Doesn't corn burn hotter though?
Yes,
Better.
Yeah, it burns hot. Yeah, it burns hot. But it's also got an acid in it.
Oh, so it's not good for the machine.
Well, you got to have a good machine to run it because
Right.
it'll eat out the metal inside over
Yeah.
time. But
All righty.
Gotta go.
All right. Hey, I'll be here all day talking to you. Okay.
Yeah, if you
Hey,
do it-
thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks for helping. I know you did all the work. He probably sat around, did nothing.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Nice going, Tom. Boy, you really hire some good ones, don't you?
It sounds like you're still doing well.
I'm still doing good. We are still having fun.
Good. That's the
I just
part of it.
gotta fire my kids.
Ron was really impressed with your raceway track now.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty. We do that every Thursday night. If you ever wants to come by Thursday, he can come and watch us race.
Really?
Yes, every Thursday night is auction night and race night. Every Thursday, bring his kids. We have sometimes kids come. It's just a fun night, Thursday night racing, 7 to 8.
7, 8, I'll tell you. Good deal.
All right, guys. So that's how here we go. We have 50. I cannot believe how many people are watching the show today. So I didn't get a lot of thumbs up with it's Wetwood, probably Wetwood. So everybody's been commenting like crazy. I can't read all these comments. This is what happens when I have 60 people watching the live stream now, is I get so many comments, I cannot read them all. Yeah, you believe in investing in solar power is worth your money, or so says Sawy Pennies. Anthony, you got that, brother. And nothing warms you like radiation. Hey, see you guys. Seems like really nice. Mary Poppins, clean is what better. Go back and check. Anthony Bateman Sr. Oh, here we go again. Electric Avenue. What do we got here? Bryan, did you know? Did you do that AFX monologue yesterday? I missed it. Yes, I did. I talked about a lot of things yesterday, okay? A lot of my monologues yesterday were quite enlightening. Free energy from the sun, you can't beat that, but you have to be in the right place for sun. And you cannot be in Northwest Ohio, okay? You cannot be in Northwest Ohio and have efficient sun, because in the wintertime, the sun literally just goes like this. It literally just skims in the wintertime, it just skims the skyline, okay? And in the summertime, the sun hardly ever gets, it's always the only place that the sun is great is in the south, period. Absolutely, period. Nothing warms you like radiation. I love America. I love America. Home of the brave. Bryan, 2025 club car. We don't know yet. Oh, we're working on that. Bryan, you won't believe the money I saved with my solar panels. Unbelievable. I can believe the money you saw. It's the long-term solar problem, and how much money they cost versus how much you're saving. That's the only thing about solar, okay? That's the only thing I have about solar is how much are you saving versus how much do they cost. If you're buying them because you want to save money, I get it. Okay, I totally understand. Okay, because gas is so expensive. But if they're doing solar because they want to, quote, save the environment and not use oil because it's better for the environment, that's not the truth. The truth is solar panels cost more rare earth materials to build them than if you just did oil. And if we had an open oil society where people aren't demonizing it like they have, everything would be cheaper with oil. Okay, just to let you know. Anyways, but I'm not knocking people that have solar panels. If you're in the South, if you're in an area where you have high solar content, then yeah, go for it. You're okay. You're wrong, brother. You're wrong. I love you, but you're wrong. No, what I'm saying is the solar panels, okay? The solar panels, if you're in an area where you have a lot of sun, Northwest Ohio has a lot of sun, but it has a lot of overcast, okay? And but expensive. That's really what I'm saying is that, listen, it's like the electric car too. If gas prices were like the gas prices in the 1960s, you couldn't afford to do solar panels. It would just be too they cost too much. All the rare earth minerals that take to build the panels, okay, offset how much you're saving. Now, you might be saving. Yes, I totally agree. You are saving money. But the overall cost of them is not a savings, is what I'm getting at. And I'm not knocking you having one. You design your house for solar. No, you're exactly right, Anthony. You design your house like Northwest Ohio, okay? So Northwest Ohio, all right, I got to show you how this is. So Northwest Ohio, the sun basically goes like this in the winter time, okay? It kind of crests the horizon like this, okay? It kind of goes like this. In the summertime, it's kind of like this in Northwest Ohio. Now, if you live in the South, and so your sun is kind of going almost like this, okay? Now, so if you're going to build a house, you're going to want it to face, okay, because that right there, that direction right over there, that direction right there, that is south, okay? So you want your house, whatever the solar panels you're going to get, you want them facing south. So because your sun is going to go over like this, and you have to have maximum solar, or the sun. You don't want to have them facing that way because the sun's not going to be shining on them all the time. So now we're getting into solar problem. Oil is great, a great thing, Bryan, but it does pollute. But what I'm trying to tell you is that making the solar panels, okay, the amount of oil and gas and rare earth minerals that take to make the solar panels is just as much as the oil that you would be using. That's what is the same thing with windmills. They're even worse. Still, you can still make juice with those panels, even if it's overcast. No, I don't want to. I don't want to get in an argument on solar panels. All I'm telling you is that solar panels, all this stuff should be market driven, is what I'm getting at, and that the market is going to determine if it is going to be viable. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I don't care what you have. You can have whatever you want. I have a wood pellet stove. A lot of people don't like wood pellet stoves. They don't think those are efficient. You're burning all that wood, and you're burning wood pellets. You know, why are you doing that? You know, I don't know what to tell you. All right, so we have now gone into, so right now gasoline still is the number one. The easier that you can go further, more convenient. But some sense it does the earth. Oh my gosh. Electric cars still ain't worth it. How long do panels last? So, all right, so we basically, okay, so I got my wood stove all cleaned out for the winter. Actually, what I have to do is I have to cleaning it out more frequently. Because after about the 5th bag, you really need to clean out the unit. Because it builds up a creosote and it builds up a little bit of buildup inside it, and so the efficiency isn't as efficient as it normally is. Electric cars are death traps. No, I was watching a video. A picture of a woman in 1906 charging her electric car in her house. She had an electric charging station in her house in 1906, and she was plugging her car in. 1906. I don't have a problem with electric cars. It's all about marketplace. What do you think these are? Does anybody have any idea what this is? Does anybody have any idea what this is? That's called an electric car. Now, now think about this. I want everybody to think about this. How do you take a cell phone, Okay, now, what about this revolutionary idea? What about, so I could take this phone, okay, this phone right here, and I could lay this on a charger. There's no conductivity, there's nothing. But I can lay this on a charger and it charges, okay? The phone charges as laying on this device, okay? It's a round device. You just lay the phone on it and it charges. Matter of fact, I have a unit in my bedroom that all I do is there's a magnet, I click this onto the unit and it charges. Why can't you take that same concept and so when a car gets on the road, it's being charged just by driving around like a slot car? What do you think of that? Take this same concept of a battery that you just lay on top of a device that when you get in your car, that all this stuff is under the road, and as you drive, you're being charged all the time. What do you think of that? Huh? What do you think of that? Magnetism and water don't mix, super dangerous, so electric cars still have a long way to go. Because that's too effective, LOL. Okay, now, Anthony, you're not supposed to retract your messages. Anthony Bateman, you basically got rid of a message. You're not supposed to do that. It's the law. How about two-stroke motor? Too expensive to build. It's supposed to say 100% pollute the air. I've seen batteries blow up. So we've got to lay off Sarah today. Yeah, sure. I can't lay you off today, Sarah?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm awesome.
You're awesome. Sarah thinks she's awesome. How many people think Sarah is awesome? Huh? How many people think Sarah's awesome? I wouldn't come over here because when are you getting new shirts?
No idea. Whenever they come in, I guess.
Did you get a hold of Ryan?
Yeah.
And what did he say?
He ordered them. And
Okay.
We're just waiting on them to come in.
All right. All right. Did you get all that shilling put away yet?
Yeah, I'm just putting stuff back in its actual place from kids moving it around.
All righty. Okay, so we went over all the cars yesterday. We just went over all the Tycos, and we need to restock all these guns in here.
All of them.
Yeah, I know, all of them. We got Nate.
Yep.
This will be Nate's last day because he's getting fired for doing 99 miles an hour and a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit.
I thought we put that past us.
Oh, I'm never putting it past me. If you think that I am never going to talk about you doing 99 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit when there's a cop next to you, you are crazy.
My foot slipped.
Your foot slipped, huh?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What a bonehead. Unbelievable. You literally have to be an idiot to drive 99 miles. I could see doing 80, okay? But 99 miles an hour? I mean, what was he thinking? What planet was he in? Okay, there's one other thing. So I don't know how many of you have seen the trailer to the new movie called George Washington. Oh my gosh. I literally cried up when I saw it for the first time. I mean, people do not understand who George Washington is or was, okay? You have no idea who this man was, okay? And if you think that he happened to just get through the British Indian Wars during the 1760s and 50s, you have no idea who he was, okay? And how a divine intervention of God kept him alive to be president of the United States, the first president of the United States, okay? You have no idea, okay, what he went through just to become George Washington. You get those people in life once in 100 years, or maybe once every 200 years. You know, you could almost say George Washington was the man of the century of the 1700s. Okay, George Washington. That's the key man of that year, of that century. And then you could all arguably say that the 1800 century could Ulysses S. Grant. Okay, he could be the or Teddy Roosevelt, because Teddy Roosevelt was part of the 1800s. And then if you want to talk a pinnacle guy of the 19th century, okay, the 1900s would be George S. Patton. Okay, I mean you wouldn't have it of those people right there. Nate, I'm not. Yeah, Nate. They said try hitting 100 miles an hour. At least make it an even 100. I know. I can't believe that he didn't do 100 miles an hour. 99 miles an hour. Give me a break. You got to be a loser to do 99 miles an hour. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer. Take it down. Take it around. $99 of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer. 99 bottles of beer. Take it down, walk it around. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer. Well, we've had a great show, and I do have to shut down. I try to stay on as long as I can on my phones to keep them charged, and as soon as I get to the point where I don't have any battery charge left, I have to shut down. And we are doing pretty good on X. We are doing pretty good on, let me see how this phone is doing. Low power mode. I knew it. Low power mode. 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 Well, we're almost two into hours. We're gonna have to shut down. We're gonna sign off, guys. We're gonna see. I hate to sign off, but I've got to shut down. Because we are at our time limit. Sarah is awesome. I give her 2 thumbs up. Yes, she's awesome. She's been really good doing good. Today was the Taco Tuesday, Tyco Tuesday day. And I hope you guys had fun with the low donut mode. Thank you very much for watching, because we're going to be losing power any second now. I want to thank everybody for watching the show today. We had a record show today. 52 thumbs up, 52 people watching. Tomorrow's going to be another great show. We've got an auction tomorrow night. We'll be showing all the cars we're going to be doing tomorrow. Everybody have a great day. Thank you. God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow.